Hello, good evening, and welcome to Garblag Games. My head was off the screen because I am a professional. This is Tuesday night, which means it's time for Vaesen, the haunted host of Hoxne Hall. With me tonight are my elite crew of highly talented specialist role players plucked from around the world for your edutainment and delight.
Hello.
Oh God! So
We're
Who
also
are you
forming
and
a
what do you
K-pop
do?
band.
Also forming a K-pop band. Let's
Not
start
enough
with
of
Claire.
us.
That's not K-pop, Pete. Oh, you've got a re-roll already, Pete. So you can do
Oh,
the sum.
cool.
Oh, you can't do the sum up
do,
from last week
do
because you
I
weren't
do
here.
I ever get
I
rerolls?
wasn't here.
You do get re-rolls occasionally.
I
We just
do.
don't tell you about them
Oh,
because
thank
it's
you.
funnier that way.
I just thought they hated
That's
me.
pretty harsh.
That is
It's
harsh.
okay.
Is it
Right.
though?
All right, Pete. Who are you playing?
I
What are you
am.
doing?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
Go on.
Claire, you go. Claire, you
Oh,
go.
Claire.
Claire, you
I
go.
am Claire, and I'm playing Millicent Wortley Smythe, a hunter who whose husband was killed mysteriously, dragged away by a creature from a car accident.
See, now nobody knows who's going next, do they?
No.
Is Safino next?
Sophia.
Hi, I'm the songwriter of the Garblag K-pop ensemble. I'm also tonight playing the Reverend Heathcote Huntington Greaves, who is a very young Anglican priest.
Somehow that keeps coming up.
Yeah.
It's almost
What
as
is
if it's relevant somehow. Anyway,
Perhaps.
that's me. Nye,
Okay.
pop
Hello.
cool introduction. So Nye.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Nye. I'm playing Agnes. Whatever the term for pickpocket is in this game.
Scallywag.
Ragamuffin.
Definitely scallywag.
And
Urchin.
yeah,
Riffraff.
that's me.
Nedaway.
I'm the youngest and the nicest. And if anyone tells you otherwise, I will
Knife them. Yeah.
Nicely.
Nicely,
Nicest.
yeah. I'll say sorry afterwards.
Go on, Pete.
Hello, I am Pete. I am playing Lieutenant Thomas Cranthorne, who is an officer in the Royal Horse Artillery. Oh, he was until recently, and an accident during a artillery training exercise on Millicent's lands prompted him to be aware of the supernatural realm. And I got possessed by a Welsh nurse last week.
It was awesome.
It was
And everyone
lovely.
kept
Quite
Ben
funny.
talking to make him do his Welsh accent for a really long time.
Yeah, it was great.
Which brings us to last, but by no means least.
Ah, hello and good evening from somewhere in Europe.
Austria. Remember that's
Austria. Yes, sorry. Yeah.
That's what the spy agency gave you. I mean, what? Oh no.
Yes. My name is Audun. I will be playing Albrecht von Wagner, late of Klagenfurt.
And definitely not a spy.
What?
Definitely not a spy at all
I-
for the Prussians. No,
I
don't be
have
daft.
something. I have some. Oh, sorry. Finish. 'cause
I
have
was
something very
still
funny to say.
talking.
But I was just following Claire's lead of
How unlike Nye to interrupt anyone.
Is the band
Sorry.
breaking up?
I just gradually raise the volume on my microphone.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm playing a psychiatrist who is also like a private detective. And I am very much enjoying the English delusions and visions of the paranormal, which are obviously all just playing with the mind.
But not the English sausage.
No, the English sausage is terrible. It is the word. That's his
He
gotta
just
be worth a reroll.
laid it up there and you whacked it out of the park, didn't you?
He did. Thank you. That's what I look for in my
Been
DM.
workshopping loads of these in
Oh,
10
hell
minutes
yeah.
prior to kick off.
All
the
right,
pre-game.
let's roll a d4 and see who's going to
Oh fuck.
be held entirely responsible for the recap. Do I go by Twitch or do I go by Zoom? Decisions.
I thought of the
decisions.
intros. You'd do it in the order that they introed, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That's true. Who went second then?
Safino.
The young priest.
The
Oh,
young
yes.
priest. The young
Claire,
Anglican
The young
Safino,
priest.
Myself, Pete, and then Auden.
Go on,
Okay.
Safino, what happened last week? Give us a
Not the old
recap.
priest.
totally unbiased, totally fair, even.
Has something happened? He looks like
No.
he's frantically fixing something.
Muted, unmuted.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Checking his notes.
I am checking my
Are we
notes.
supposed to take
Yeah.
notes? Sure.
And my notes.
Am I going to fail the test?
It's a
I
test
think
at
I'm already
half-time.
failing the test.
I can't be held back
I think
another
we
year.
started in the armory, didn't we? At the
Right,
beginning of
so
our session. Then we started in the armory.
Yes.
we started
And we
in
went
the
into the paintings
armory
room.
after we had. Thank you, Claire. That's very helpful. We started in the armory after the week prior. Agnes and the Reverend Heathcott had been exploring and witnessed a man crumpled up like a question mark getting mauled, and there were definitely no other things which Agnes didn't want me to discuss. We at the start of last week from the armory we went to the portrait gallery, where we saw more recent renditions of the people who were depicted in the photograph we'd found the prior week, the Lantern Society. My character Heathcott was observing a picture of Israel Redfield when my colleague Dr. von Wagner saw a horrific sight and was overcome by a peculiar feeling. From there, we went to. Did we go to the infirmary?
Ballroom.
No, ballroom. Remember, I wandered.
Ballroom, bedrooms, infirmary.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Ballroom,
via the secret passage.
Yeah. Wait, what?
No. The secret passage hasn't come up yet. We literally just wandered off. No, I know there is a secret passage. But we got to it and there was a chain and went, oh no, fuck this. No, we'll just.
But in the wait, I've got no recollection of the ballroom at all.
We literally
kind of walked through the ballroom and went, it's a ballroom.
No, yeah. We went, a ballroom. Bye.
We were up on the balcony. I don't think we were actually down in the ballroom itself.
You were up on the balcony around the outside edge of the ballroom.
Yeah.
With the dance floor and the tables and the big red velvet curtains.
Yeah, that's right. Because I was just imagining Beauty and the Beast happening, but it wasn't happening for any of us, unfortunately.
Talking teacup, though. We should probably.
There was a talking candlestick. In the
see some ghosts. They are hosts.
I think Agnes has stolen the candlestick. I want to check her bag.
It is one of the potential.
What are you doing?
It is one of the potential murder weapons. Yes, Feeney.
Okay, so there was in the infirmary, he says, skipping the bedrooms.
There was nothing there. It's fine.
Lieutenant Thomas.
Didn't I sit on a bed and get possessed?
Was possessed by.
You were standing up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you didn't even get the opportunity to sit down.
Possessed by the spirit of the lady known as
not
Elena Sherry. That was the writer. No. It was the nurse
Bridget Evans.
Evans, yes, because she was Welsh, and she described the fate of the Lantern Society and the fact that our host disappeared into the woods frequently, leading many of us to believe he may, in fact, have been a werewolf and may still be a werewolf.
We've not discussed this. We had a little session at the end and in between where we just brainstormed, and Ben was not copiously taking ideas from us going, oh, that'd be actually cool. Oh, that as well, yeah. He's now a werewolf. There's a coalition of monsters. We have
oh yes, I forgot about your coalition of monsters.
Yeah, are they working together? Are they intelligent? Are they wrathful and vengeful? Is this being directed in some way? We're still trying to piece together the mystery, because all of the Lantern Society were decimated. It was 20 years ago. So why they still remain, why their spirits linger, and whether the Vaesen are still a force that we will have to contend with remains to be seen. I'm guessing we're not going to have to contend with them. Like we just go around, write some notes, and
as well.
In the chapel, we witnessed the priest, who was. Does anyone remember the priest's name?
He
Samson.
screamed at me.
Samson
me.
Asher.
Left you guys alone though.
Yes, he
Yeah.
I
wasn't
think he
very
liked
nice
the
to the
ladies.
ladies.
Yeah.
That's usual for priests, though, right?
I know.
Or not.
It
Or
depends on the
there are other
denomination.
things.
I like that. It's like, oh no, Austrian priests love women.
Yeah. Ah, Calvinists. Oh, they're all about the ladies. Oh, yeah.
That's a little bit, but
Ooh.
that's okay.
Little bit of turn of the century heresy for everybody there.
You're very welcome.
Yes, all I was going to say, Odin, was that I have a friend who spent a lot of time in Austria, and they find your accent very good. So they-
Oh, well, I'm very
There's
flattered.
there was
Thank
no
you,
sarcasm
friend
here.
of Nye.
How does it compare to Geron's Austrian accent?
I don't think they've seen that yet, so I don't want to support them.
Yeah, maybe they don't need to.
No, maybe not.
Although,
Anyway,
more viewers
So,
is always good.
yeah. Let's not discourage people from watching.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah,
Good
No,
point,
it's
Stephen.
terrible.
Absolutely.
Please,
they
Come here.
should
Why don't
watch.
like and subscribe and comment your favourite Garblag Austrian accent?
Our show turns into the old man at the start of a horror movie that goes, "No, turn back! You can't go here. Dangerous."
Anyway, I'm apologising for that. Was a horrible recap, everyone. I
It was
can't actually
beautiful.
find my
Truly
session.
poetic.
It's better than mine.
It was,
Are
it was
very.
a
I
thing
think
of
there was.
beauty.
The thing of
And I believe you then dumped the lieutenant into a wheelchair and
Yeah,
wheeled
and we
him
wheeled
back
him
to the
back
annex for
Bumped him
breakfast.
down the
Yeah.
stairs. Yes,
Yeah.
there was talk of breakfast, and we all just basically.
Yeah,
Although,
well,
d-
There was
d-
a
d-
secret tunnel as
down-
well, wasn't there?
It was a
That
That we
secret
couldn't
tunnel.
open
It
or
was a
It's behind
something.
the broom cupboard.
And
flight
it's
of
still,
stairs,
yeah,
which is
still my
locked.
favorite scene in that episode was just like Albrecht going, "Quickly, open this, Agnes," and me looking at my hand and then looking at the crowbar like,
Come on,
"You've got to be kidding me."
you are very strong for a young lady. You will be fine. You must believe in yourself.
Just
Yeah,
snap the chains like they're made of paper.
We
with
did
your
offer to
teeth.
shoot it for you.
We did.
Yeah, and I
We
offered to
did.
go in a different room. We did find a ledger as well,
Yes,
which we learned
I
from
went
Bridget.
back, found the
is-
ledger,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and I'm
how
crunching it like I'm no tomorrow.
the Lantern Society would pick
It's a
their
great, big, chunky, thick,
missions.
leather-bound book
Almost-
written in
almost-
code.
Almost
Oh
as
yes,
if
it's in code.
Ben was really
Like
pushing
Durin's
for me not
diary
to
in Lord of the
hide
Rings.
this on my person, not share it.
Almost exactly like that.
It's
Yeah,
too
it's
big.
too big for you to hide, and you can't read it now. Please share.
Please leave the quest item alone.
I've still got it.
I'm not stopping you from reading it. You can
Yeah.
absolutely read it.
Mm.
But hiding it, that was the
Yeah,
important
I
thing.
need
Yeah.
As opposed to the other two books that she can't read, that you have managed to hide her on your person.
Yeah.
So
See,
that
I'm not
that
totally
that,
mean.
that garbled recap, is that how I perceived the events through the misty cloud of being possessed by a Welsh nurse?
Probably. I mean, probably not when you weren't possessed.
Did I?
either.
Am
You
I
just-
aware of anything, or is it? I
You
just
will
like-
remember that Agnes tried to steal some money off you by convincing the nurse that you
Yeah,
had
I
lent
did.
her some money.
Yeah, I did.
Well, so you'd remember the picture room and the ballroom and going up the stairs and
Okay.
walking past the bedrooms and going into the infirmary
Mhm.
and seeing
feeling a
the
little
infirmary and the surgery and the lab and then waking up at the breakfast table in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
With a
we
fry
got
up
you
in front of you.
breakfast.
50 quid
you know.
down somehow.
Ooh, that's a lot of money.
presumably we're now filling you in over kippers
Yeah.
and hot tea.
Kedgeree,
Yeah.
Kedgeree, yeah.
bashings of hot tea. There's no
Mm.
coffee,
Oh,
I
Kedgeree.
remember now.
No coffee.
No, he doesn't have any coffee at the minute. It wasn't available in town last he went in.
Oh,
Simply
Tea will do.
unacceptable.
drinking from my flask.
Which currently contains a cocktail of like
Yeah.
whiskey, brandy, wine, and champagne, I believe.
Mhm. Yeah,
It's
hot.
dawn.
It's
And we haven't slept, and that's what you're drinking.
Yeah, still going strong.
you have a
Rocket
problem,
fuel.
Father?
Seems fine.
I'm fine, thank you.
So,
No,
Pete,
I said
Enjoy.
you have a problem, not offering.
I said I'm fine.
comes to around the breakfast table. It appears to be early in the morning. The last you remember was being in the infirmary, and the others are engaged in some kind of heated discussion about the affairs of last night.
I ran away bravely.
I'll just start eating my breakfast and sipping the tea, and hope that some things maybe start. Oh, Agnes tried to take my money. Anything else? Paintings, a
didn't.
ballroom.
Look, on the street, so long as the money stayed in your pocket and never left your pocket, I didn't attempt to do anything. So, if it left your pocket and you caught me, I attempted to take the money. But
Culver leaves the room in the direction of the Brigadier's sleeping area.
Was it a productive evening? I seem to have a bit of a blank.
Yeah, you were a Welsh nurse for a wee bit.
Yeah, it's most interesting to see this other side of your personality.
Yeah, you don't believe in any of this. Just
I beg your pardon?
Yeah.
You do. You are a fine Welsh woman, and you do very good medical work, actually. Thank you for that.
Yeah, he patched up his gunshot wound.
I have no medical training whatsoever.
Well,
we left that to the medics.
Somewhere you have picked up something useful, so this is good.
Are you saying that I performed some sort of procedure on you?
Yeah, I show him the bandage. Look, you did this. This is very nice work.
You might want to get a professional to check that.
Actually, Pete, it looks like a professional field dressing.
Okay.
That one of your medics could quite conceivably, one of your better medics might have done.
Okay.
Not the shit one.
Oh, him again. Oh, no. Medic! No. You can go. Medic!
I'm fine, honest.
Please go.
Other medic!
It's my head. Yeah, I've got to chop off it.
Well, okay. So why can't I seem to remember what transpired last night?
I don't know.
Then he's going to check all it and get his
wallet.
No, his pocket watch out.
I've got that.
Is my pocket watch there?
Everything is still on your person. Nothing has been taken from you. Although you are sat in a quite old wheelchair.
Fine. Is the photograph still inside the
Quite
pocket watch?
Yes.
Okay. I checked that, and then I put it away.
And you can see who had the other picture. One of you kept the other picture, didn't you?
I kept that.
The Reverend.
Yes, Reverend has got the picture of the Lantern Society from 20-some years ago.
Mm. Are we any closer to understanding what happened?
Well, they all seem to have died. Yes. Some of them, all of them, slightly messily.
I think all of them messily.
Yeah,
I don't think any of them went peacefully in their sleep.
No, from our discussions with yourself, actually, there seem to have been two parties to the lanterns. There was Elena and Olympe and Bridget and the professor, and they were for staying in and doing knitting, I think it was. And then there was Cade and Father Sampson and Redfield, and they were for hunting.
Specifically, the feud, the schism was brought about by how proactive they wanted to be. So there was one camp that only wanted to get involved, and I might be misremembering this, like, solve mysteries, Scooby-Doo gang style. I don't say that. I don't do that as a reference. But there was another group that wanted to actively take the fight to the supernatural forces, and the people that were, as Albrecht just described, were in those two situations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we have recovered the ledger, which we believe will tell us.
So are you saying they weren't all together when they died then?
No, we think not.
No. Yes, we have the ledger. I'm sitting on it right now.
Is that comfortable?
May I have a look?
No. Nope. We'll wait until we are deciding on what next course of actions is.
I think the next course of action is to look at the ledger.
You will be able to read it. It's in code.
So
I
Is there
maybe
a
I
code
deal with
decoder at the
codes.
back, or
I deal with
Yeah.
codes in my my profession,
It's
young lady.
a cipher, so I can't. It's not. You need to
I'll just put
have
my
the
hand
code
out and
book.
say, "Pass me the book."
No, I'm not passing you the book. It's useless to you. You don't have a cipher, so you can't break
I
a
will
code.
walk
that you don't-
over
Okay.
and take the book.
You're gonna. Okay, I'm sitting on it.
That's fine. I'll
Still taking it.
grab the book and I'll
Can
pull it
I
out.
can I contest this somehow? I don't feel comfortable with him just walking over and
I'll look
grabbing.
around the room and I'll say, "Why are we allowing this child to get in the way of this? Please."
Well, I'm
off the
still
book.
eating breakfast, so that's fine.
Okay.
Very well.
I'm rolling then. So Ben,
What are
can
we
I
rolling?
do some contestion?
What are you doing to contest it?
Sitting
I
heavily.
preferably would like to stop him. I'm not going to hurt him right now, but I
So is
would
this a force off?
like
A fourth roll
It
off?
does look like
Yeah,
a force roll off, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that actually it's pretty even, I guess.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
I'm probably gonna.
What'd you get, 9?
Yeah. I've not rolled yet. I keep bringing up my calculator because they look similar. So it's 2 dice plus my strength.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget this every time.
So yeah, force
I don't-
is no, it's not 2 dice plus your strength. You have no rating
Yep.
in force.
No, it's I roll
You roll
5
physique.
dice.
Yeah.
5 dice, yeah.
Right. I got
Right.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 sixes. I don't know what I do. I guess I just push.
Kind of hold on to the seat.
Oh, I
a
got
little bit.
none.
Dear.
But I'm going to use my reroll.
Okay.
Ooh.
Feisty.
No, failed.
Oh.
And then push.
Okay.
Conflict appears to be brewing.
Oh, this is fascinating. I will start to make notes.
Now, let's stay calm. What, Lieutenant? I'm sure Agnes would be more than happy to
Well, clearly she's
give
not.
you the book.
Why are you not giving me the book? What do you have to do with
I can't
this?
break it either, can I? But there's no point coming over and taking it off me. I don't trust people that are just going to walk over and take
Well,
things from me.
you wouldn't give it to me, and this is an important
No, there's no. But you
text
don't need
for
it
our.
right now.
Well, surely this is like key to the whole problem. So we should look and try and decipher this book.
Yeah, I would agree.
Well, okay. We need codes. You literally. So why don't we just ask the guy that's watching this whole affair? Does he have a code book to your ledger?
He's still in bed.
There's no one
Culver's
here.
gone
is
to go
he?
and get him.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not
There
awake.
we go then.
We're just having
Well,
breakfast.
let's wake him up then. Or did anyone
Go,
see any
you
code
you
books?
go and wake him up. I'll look after the book while you go.
No.
Is Culver about?
Culver
Yeah,
went
go
to
ask
get.
the butler.
Culver's gone to go
Of
and get the
course.
brigadier.
Fuck's sake.
Okay.
I did say that. I definitely said it.
You
I
did.
Yeah, you
definitely
did.
said
You
it.
did.
Culver's gone
But
to
I
get-
assume he's like tottering off, like, oh, up. He's like halfway up the
Look.
stairs. Oh, not the creaky one again.
Well, he's not going to go up the stairs to fetch the man
It's
who
taking a
can't
really
walk.
long time.
They're ground floor
Look,
living.
it's simple. We're not going to make any progress looking at a code we don't know the code book to.
Are there
need-
no pictures in
You
the
have
book?
no understanding of my education.
There are.
I may be able to
And you have
decode
no
it.
understanding of my education.
Well, you just
so
said you
fuck
couldn't read
off.
it. You just said you couldn't read
Yeah,
it.
you won't be able
Has-
to read
have
it
you-
either.
Have you let anybody else read it?
No.
No,
Well, then please hand it over. This is ridiculous.
this is ridiculous. You're trying to take it off. You're trying to take it off me, and I'm not letting you. So no.
This is an
We've had a
important
long
book.
night. None of us have had any sleep.
No.
We've seen some peculiar
Well, I
things.
feel like I've slept.
You have
Do you?
slept.
I'm not sure if you feel entirely refreshed, though, Lieutenant.
I'll go
after
and
your-
sit back down in my chair and drink my cup of tea, staring at Agnes across the table.
Now, Agnes, you rightfully state that we are unable to read the code in its present form. Perhaps the
Yes.
lieutenant possesses...
That's an incorrect statement.
Please, it's
Reverend.
not my field of expertise.
Unfortunately, Millicent, Albrecht, and yourself have not reviewed the book, so you're
we have not had a
Oh, no.
chance.
so you're
to have a
unaware
look.
if anybody in
Oh.
this group can decode it.
Yes, I would agree. We should at least have a look, surely.
Agnes, what?
Not with
Would you
grabbing
like-
bits over there, try to take it off me.
Okay, now, so no one is going to try and grab your book.
I will go
that
into
it's
the
your
room
book anyway.
with fuck it, Reverend. I'll go with you. I will go into him and show him to prove it, but I'm not showing Mr. Mittens over there.
Perhaps we can all look at the book together.
Yes, why not? Over breakfast.
I'm not going to be able to
It's
read
quite
the
a
bloody
large
thing now.
book.
No, you're not. No, that's what I'm saying. This is Nye now saying this. It's literally you can't break a code
But
just by looking
Nye-
at it.
Well,
and
you
getting-
have a
can
book that we
actually. So,
You don't know
Let's-
if any of us can break the code.
and you can break a
Okay.
code without necessarily having to decipher it. So,
Well,
And
then
he's-
they're
he's
pretty
a military
shit
man and
fucking
I'm a military man.
detectives, aren't they?
Mhm,
If they
he is
gave
the
it, if they
military
just
man.
used the fucking fine, whatever, fuck it.
let's have a look, shall we?
I get up and leave, and I leave the book where I was sitting on it.
Oh, thank God for that. Somebody lock that door.
I go and lock the door.
Thank you.
That's fine.
Right. So Agnes, have you wandered
Just
outside then?
realised.
Yeah, I've wandered outside.
So inside, where the book is,
So this is fascinating. What's in the book?
It's the Necronomicon.
Agnes is quite right. The book is
Latu,
definitely written,
errata, nictu. Sorry.
the book is definitely written in some kind of code.
Mhm.
It's not one that you are particularly familiar with. If you wish to make a, let me think, it's a learning roll to take a look at it.
Mhm.
It is 2 successes from
Ooh.
everyone except the lieutenant, who only needs 1.
Oh. So you
Does
don't
someone
have
want
the
to give me a
experience
reroll
with
for
the
this one?
ciphers.
What are we rolling?
Learning.
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 Learning. Not investigation, you sure?
No, this is
Sure.
learning,
That is a shame.
because it needs to need to know a code, isn't it? Which is a learning thing.
Oh, I keep forgetting you've got to click through the submit things.
Mm.
1 success.
Oh,
Ooh.
Millicent's all right. Albrecht, not quite understanding. Maybe just because it's in English, maybe.
English,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is
So
the
very
problem.
confused.
All of these words say sausage.
Maybe I am just still hungry.
I like it. Yeah, that's the only
That'd
word
be
in
amazing.
English Albrecht
So
learns
Millicent
written down.
does recognise some aspects of the cipher as well. Your father, Millicent, would have made some use of a similar code. You recognise it as an outdated British military code. Lieutenant Cranthorne also identifies it as an outdated British military code, one that you might have possibly practiced with during basic training
Mhm.
before becoming fully commissioned. So it's an old code, but it should work.
There we go.
I like your ghost out, Dean. Sorry. Also, I just updated the overlay, so it's got everyone's names on it. Sorry, I forgot to do that beforehand.
No,
but
it's fine. Don't worry about it.
it's now updated.
Good.
Excellent. Right, I'll just have a leaf through. What sort of thing does it?
Well, the words
Monster
don't seem to
manual,
make sense.
if I remember
That's the
correctly.
issue. I mean, you can make out, with your expertise, you can make out that there are locations dotted around the region
Mhm.
in cipher in here, some of which are marked as various levels of priority from high to low, and some that are marked as having been dealt with. No, they're the ones that you did recognize, that we did this, we didn't do this ones.
Yeah.
So there are a list of coordinates around the
Ooh.
region.
I shall
Yeah,
get my
it's-
map
it-
book out.
Yeah, it's
Ah.
their monster manual. That's what I
To
could deduce.
The
I
extra
could
large
work out.
cannon.
What you can't work out is what the cipher is telling you is at each location. And
They're
some of the
pictures.
locations are fairly broad. They're not like zeroed in on really tight locations. So you are able to pluck from the book. There is a location on the River Dove, which is west of Lower Breaky Wood.
Achy Breaky Wood.
No, Breaky Wood, Lower
Okay,
Breaky
sorry.
Wood.
Lower Breaky Wood.
There are
Lower
two
Breaky
Breaky Woods.
Upper and lower.
Lower Breaky
Upper
Wood.
Breaky Wood is south of your current location. Then there's
Sounds like you've got
Hoxne
some sort of
below
map.
that, and Lower Breaky Wood below that. Yes, well, that's the map that you can see if you're on Roll20, and
No, I can't.
which is
I
available
can't.
to our
I can see a man
patrons.
with a
if they want it.
lantern.
You probably haven't taken the red ribbon over to the map.
Really?
Not to see a
Oh
map.
no, I haven't.
No.
Man, I'm an idiot.
We've had a map this whole time.
You had a map this whole
Oh
time.
my
that I've been looking at.
map!
Wow.
Oh, it's really nice map too. Oh, look
Yeah,
at
this.
that.
So this is the region of
Oh.
Suffolk
Just-
that you're in,
yeah.
around Hoxne Town. So
Oh, fucking hell.
Hoxne Town is over here. You've got Breaky Wood, which is above and below Hoxne Town. So one of the first locations is the River Dove to the west of Lower Breaky Wood. Another location, which is sort of off that map, is there are some hills to the southwest, which are marked on there with a vague area rather than a specific area. The town of Oakley is marked, as is Hoxne Town. Upper Breaky Wood is also marked, and there is a question mark around Blasted Tree Inn.
Mhm.
I'm just showing the viewers your lovely incarnate map that you made.
Are there any
Yeah, sorry
pictures
about
of
that,
any creatures or anything in there? Or is it just all words?
No, this is the ledger is very much pages and numbers.
Okay.
Yeah, like a business
Has it got
ledger or
dates?
Yes, there are dates.
Like dates and coordinates and words.
Dates and coordinates. These are the ones that are unresolved, according to the journal. All of the others that are in the journal up to that point are marked as having been resolved.
Okay.
The hills to the southwest and the Blasted Tree Inn are the ones that are most contentious. They're both marked with sort of 3 people wanting to immediately investigate them.
Oh.
Sorry, the Southwest Hills and which one?
Blasted Tree Inn.
Blasted Tree Inn are the ones that
Blasted Tree Inn. Sorry.
appear to have been the most contentious
Ooh.
for the previous Lantern Society. Meanwhile, outside in the daylight, now it's a crisp autumn morning outside in Suffolk. Quite clement compared to the weather that you'd be more used to in the far and distant north beyond the wall.
yeah, naturally.
And the house itself is much less threatening by day. You can see the stained glass window a few floors up that led into the chapel. You can see a few scorch marks around the windows of the library on the far side of the house. The grounds are quite overgrown. But as you wander around, you come to a small, very discreet graveyard tucked away behind some metal fencing.
Okay. Yeah, I'll investigate. I am just wondering, I guess.
The graves are marked with the
Yeah.
names of the people from the photo. There is also one for Tommy Smith, who wasn't mentioned in the photo.
Yeah.
So the graves that you find, there's Professor Ramsay MacDonald, Nurse Bridget Evans, Cade Byrne, Olympe Saint-Germain, Father Sampson Asher, Israel Redfield Esquire, Elena Sherry, and Tommy Smith. There is space in the graveyard for a few more, and there is a family mausoleum as well. The Hatt-Egerton family
Yeah,
mausoleum
5 more.
is right there.
Probably just gonna sit there, just park my arse on not on the grave, like a little bit off on the verge, not far from it. Just kind of sit, mull things over. Unless, Ben, you want me to go investigate some more miserable scenes.
No,
Oh no,
no.
that treasure chest is just around the corner. Just keep going. No, it's
Oh,
all
there's
good.
an orphanage. Oh, it's on fire.
A boy comes and sits on the wall next to you. What, love?
I turn to him and scowl. What the fuck do you want?
You realise you can kind of see through him. Literally.
Probably
Great.
still swearing at
Fucking
him.
great. There we
Uh-oh.
go.
Investigation. I'm dead.
Oh, I'm gonna take 2 guesses here.
Hi,
One,
Tommy.
are you Tommy?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. You buried there. I point to his grave.
Yeah, like I said, that's me.
Yeah. So you're like the nurse, I assume?
What do you mean, dead?
No, I mean like not all stuck in a replay of actions. You can actually talk to me and like
Well, yeah, a little bit.
little
I mean, it's kind of funny explaining, like your emotions, they're like really big right now. And we haven't had big
Oh.
emotions out here in a while.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes the brigadier comes by, has a bit of a cry, but same old with him. And he doesn't want to see me. He still feels bad
Yeah.
about that.
That's so. Well then, I'm sure you're pissed off to be dead, so I'm kind of curious.
No, it's all right. I mean, it was going to happen, wasn't it? I mean, I got stuck into stuff outside my everything, really. Bloody amazing time, though. Best times of my life, right up until they weren't anymore.
Yeah. Well, if you have any pertinent information, I'm sure you can send it by them. They seem to be the brains of the organization.
It's not always brains, though, is it? Sometimes you need someone who's a little bit street smart, innit? I mean, you can have all the brains in the world, but if you can't see the wood for the trees, sometimes all they need
Served you
is
well, didn't it?
yeah. Well, it did until it didn't.
Yeah, that's my point. Live fast and die a painful, miserable, worthless existence, eh?
Well, it wasn't entirely worthless. I mean, yeah, sure. The thing what sort of killed me is still out there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, as long as my brother's all right and all that stuff, I'll be fine, won't I?
Oh, okay, fine. I'll bite. What killed you? Do you know? I'll humor this interaction.
I don't know what to call it. Like, it was a dead bloke. Did for me.
But a bad dead bloke, because you're a dead bloke.
I mean, I'm a dead bloke. No, but this was like a physical dead bloke.
Lovely. And
Big
I'm assuming,
sunken eyes.
Yeah, super scary, gonna kill you with like a touch of its hand kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I got cocky, didn't I? I thought, I can scope this out. I figured, a crypt is like a street, innit? I can have a poke around. I'm street smart, yeah? I can snoop, I can have a look, I can find stuff out, and then boom. Didn't need them kidneys, except I did.
Yeah. No, I see how it is.
They're fast, they're strong, they're nasty. And this one's got something else about him. I don't know why he didn't do it to me, but this one, he had like a bunch of little minion-y things running around with him, like rotten bodies and skeletons and stuff, just sort of shambling around.
This gets better.
That's nice.
Tell you what I could have done with bloody Cade and his elephant gun. That would have been helpful. But I thought, no, I can do this on my own. I don't need any help. This would be my ticket in. I figured if I came back with the knowledge, they'd have me full member. get my name on the wall, picture on the board, that kind of thing.
I don't laugh. I sigh. Oh, fucking. Of course, yes, parables. Well, that explains why you've shown up, I guess, in a sense.
Well, you know, it's the first opportunity I've had, really. The others,
Mhm.
they sort of come around, they cry. The nurse was nice about it, you know, she said a few nice words.
Oh yeah, he's been dead longer than, like, significantly
Yeah.
longer than them.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's
Miss
what
Sherry was a
broke the
sweetheart, she
party.
cried. But they all felt so bad about it, they couldn't really see me. I hadn't learned how to do the body thing yet.
Yeah, apparate.
Apparate, that's a good word.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
I know a few. You kind of need to, as you'll know.
Yeah, well, you're pretty smart yourself.
Yeah.
But it takes all sorts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You can't get by with your street smarts all the time. Sometimes you've got to have book smarts. Sometimes you've got to have, I don't know, Jesus smarts.
Yeah, that's. I have a friend who would find. Well, they're not really a friend. I have a Mark who would find that quite entertaining.
There we go.
Well, as long as they're not as much of an arsehole as Asher was. Fucking hell.
Yeah. I got a taste of him as a ghost. Didn't like him.
Well, that
Yeah.
old prick kind of stopped me getting in a lot sooner.
Oh, lovely. A little bit of party conflict. Not that
Well, the
we've
rest
had
of
any
them,
of that,
they'd have had me.
obviously, because we're
They'd have had me
consummate
in no time.
professionals.
You know, they'd have let me right in the door. And at first, you know, they were marks. They'd have been easy picking. They were so excited about their monster hunting and stuff that I could have been in and out day and night, pockets full of stuff. But it kind of sucks you in, you know. And once you've seen your first dragon, not real coming back from that. Anyway, just thought I'd say hello. You looked a bit sad.
I'm pissed, but apparently those two emotions look the same.
It's
But
big,
I will
isn't it?
say, yeah, I will say that your depressingly short life is somewhat soothing. At least I'm gonna hopefully live longer than you.
Well, don't try and go it alone too much. Not with these things. If you're going to see monsters and face off against them, you can't do it on your own. And bloody hell, they found out that not even 3 people's enough, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's not a troll, by the way.
Didn't think it was a troll.
It's
Well, I
much too
did.
big.
Yeah.
I mean, a troll wouldn't do that. At least not what I've heard. Something else.
I have one question, and I'll let you go back to your purgatory.
Cheers.
I'm not a delicate snowflake flower.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, with shoulders like
what are they
that,
called?
not half.
What are those little white flowers called? Snow something.
Snowdrops.
Snowdrops. I'm not a
What do I know about
Galanthus
flowers?
nivalis.
Well, clearly Agnes doesn't know much about flowers either. She barely knew what it was. Apologies.
Right.
If we get rid of your unfinished business, you
Yeah.
pass on to something, right?
Fucking well, hope so.
Yes, I hope so. Well, yeah.
I've got to say,
Um.
you know, life after death is boring as shit.
Mhm. So I have a question for you. Who would you say needs to be sent on the quickest? I put my bet on you since you've been here the longest, but is there anyone you are particularly concerned for? Either for their actual sake or because they'll turn into some horrible monster further down the line?
Well,
I don't know.
I'll be honest with
don't
you.
need to know.
I'm not an angel. I've done my fair share of cheeky deeds, should we say. But Miss Sherry, she was always kind. She was kind to everybody. She doesn't deserve this. You got to let someone go first. Let her go.
All right.
Of course, it does mean creepy baby monsters.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep it between you and me. I've had far too much my share of creepy baby monsters, but that's it is what it is. Okay, yeah, I've got to go back there now. Fuck. Okay.
All right, look.
Okay.
Look, before we go,
Oh, right. Yeah.
if you do find your way down the crypt,
Mm-hmm.
no, I'm not saying you're gonna, but if you do find your way in the crypt and you
Right.
happen to come across, oh, this is gonna sound stupid. I've got a penknife.
Mm-hmm.
So you could bring that back and stick it in here with me. That'd go a long way to making me feel better.
Well, to one, would call ourselves pieces of shit. To another, I'll honor that, I guess.
Cheers, love.
All right. Okay. Right. Shoo, turn back into mist or whatever ghosts do.
With that,
and go
he's gone.
back.
Looks like the sunlight was just playing tricks through the trees.
Oh, fuck. I'm going to have to go back there now. Oh, fuck. Okay. I start heading back.
So back inside, you've had a bit of a chance to look at this book, and you've worked out and you've compared it to your map, and you think you've got some sort of rough areas.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to mark it in my my map book. People may see other scratches and notes on the maps.
So, what are we thinking?
There seems to be a catalogue of sites, and I assume grievances or creatures as they were wont to deal with, and a good place, some locations for us to investigate.
Certainly. Perhaps we would try and link the places to what might be there, though, because some of the things that the nurse was talking about were much more disturbing than others.
At this point, Sir Stephen is wheeled in his chair with a blanket over his legs, looking decidedly older than he did last night. His face is both pouchy and saggy at the same time. You could almost imagine that a gentleman of his standing would never. But it looks like he certainly hasn't slept well.
Has he got big teeth or sort of bits of hair behind his ears?
Inside his ears.
Under his blanket, there's a tail that pokes out.
Enormous ears to hear you with. He does have enormous ears, to be fair, but that's mostly around the ear lobes because he's pushing 80 now.
Somebody throw a stick.
Oh.
Morning,
got
sir.
something stuck in his teeth.
I thought you were just
morning,
going to be
good morning.
there, Ben. Yeah, he's got really big ears.
No, old men have bigger ears because ears keep growing in men.
I know.
You're a
Sorry.
biologist. Come on, man.
I know that. I just thought you were poking fun. I was about to go.
Oh, right. No, sorry. I was
character.
I was literally saying old men have big ears.
Yeah. Apologies.
It was an interesting night in the house, sir.
I imagine so. I wish I could have prepared you more, but such things need to be seen to be believed.
That is still a matter of debate, I would say. But
And so my secret shame is now known to you, the first to have known of it in 20 years.
Your shame
K-pop.
being that
Yeah, just
You-
open the
you
book and it's
invented
just
baby
loads
metal?
of CDs of
You are
tucked
the
into a
last
binder.
surviving member of a K-pop band.
BTS.
What color was your hair?
I was the blue one.
Oh, nice jacket.
So for everybody who's watching on Twitch that didn't understand a word of that, our pre-chat conversation for some reason devolved into K-pop.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because Twitch were giving away
Evolved.
free
Oh,
K-pop
God.
emotes.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna have.
Yeah, so if you want to get your K-pop emotes, what do you have to do, Ben? To our
I wasn't
Twitch
paying
viewers?
that much attention. I think it was
There
subscribing.
we go, yes.
Good
So,
You have to
segue.
subscribe. I've already
Right,
used so we had one subscriber earlier on, and I
Yeah,
dished
Pete
out
has used
dished
some
out
K-pop
a
emotes.
K-pop emote.
There we go.
There we
K-pop
go.
victory.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
There you go.
That's enough of that.
Have we cornered the pre-teen market yet?
Absolutely.
Totally.
Oh God,
I mean,
I
our
hope
numbers
not.
just jumped from 9 to 90.
Oh.
There are loads of kids all shouting BTS in chat right
Oh,
now.
I thought you were going to say
Okay.
the age group has
However,
jumped from 9
at
to 90.
breakfast in the annex,
We found the Lantern Society ledger, sir,
ah yes,
and we were just having a look through. I recognised some of the cipher used, and
yes. Locationally, I used an old military cipher.
mhm.
It was Miss Sherry who devised the cipher for the names of the various
Ah,
beasts that we sought out.
so would her journals be of use to decipher further?
No doubt, no doubt. And the writing room is mostly intact.
No.
And there's no doubt you will have seen there are boxes in the library that contain useful information.
Been
Well,
to the
that's
library
good to
actually.
know.
Forgive me, Brigadier. If I'm to understand correctly, you were present during this period as a member of the Lantern Society, a leading light, one might say.
Well, indeed,
Sorry,
it
that
was
took me a
my
moment.
society.
Quite.
I
So
founded it.
perhaps it would be more efficient if you were to shed further luminance on the fog of this mystery.
Yes, quite. At that point, Agnes, you kind of walk into the door and find it to be locked.
Okay,
Culver opens it.
No. Oh, does he immediately? How much of a time do I have? Because I will break this door down.
Oh, that door you can open. Oh, I see. Oh,
And with that comment that I clearly hear from
Culver's
behind
the
the door, I
swiftest
decide
butler
to-
you've ever seen.
No. Yeah, so you walk into the door, you find it to be locked. What do you wish to do?
I'm going to break it with my crowbar.
Crack it out.
Fuck them blocking the door.
Can we tell that the door has been tried from the other side before someone
Yes.
smashes
don't-
down the door?
Yes,
I'm
but
not
the door
smashing it, I'm-
rattles ever so slightly.
Oh,
And when
Oh,
it doesn't
no, it's
open,
locked.
Culver gets up to
Oh.
answer it, but that still gives Agnes a chance to try and crowbar it open.
sure.
Yep, so
Boom!
are
What's up,
three-
bitches?
3 successes.
Oh, crikey.
Yeah.
Yes, you jimmy the lock with no problem.
And just kick the door open
The door-
slightly.
Pops open, leaving the
It's me.
internal lock catch thing.
Partly
Words
inappropriate behaviour.
flapping ever so slightly.
Knocking works just as well.
Oh, Agnes, how good of you to join us. Come, we have deciphered the code.
Culver meets you sort of halfway to the door. So sorry, Miss Agnes. I didn't realise the door was locked.
It's absolutely fine. I carry the perfect key.
Quite.
Ciphered out.
But it does not work for every lock, does it, Agnes?
Nope.
Let's have another round of teas, yes? Shall we?
Oh,
Nice
fine
cup of
Fine
tea.
idea.
Yes, of
Reverend.
course. Let me pop another pot on.
Oh, of your insipid brown water.
Pardon?
Water.
Water.
Yeah, that is what I said.
Tea. He's not a fan of tea.
I guessed.
So Culver goes to boil the kettle and put some more tea on.
Yeah.
Well, what would you like to know? Says the Brigadier. I've
Yes.
not really discussed this for some time. You will forgive me if the memory is somewhat painful to me.
That is fine. You are in professional hands.
Yes, of course, Doctor. Thank you.
Yeah, it is fine. So please tell me about your deepest fears and regrets.
Well, that's rather sudden, don't you think? Should we not
Perhaps the creatures
work up
that
to it?
assailed the Lantern Society might be a more appropriate topic of conversation.
Oh, I suppose I was
already
going to do this
know.
properly, but okay, we can just
Yes,
skip
yes,
to the
quite.
juicy
Yes, the
bits.
Lantern Society, indeed.
Werewolfing's a big thing.
Lux in tenebris, as we would say. Yes, well, we'd had something of a run of success, to be honest with you. We'd tangled with an array of creatures, trolls, and even a lindworm.
Oh, yes, the young lady, she wrote about this in her journal. I read.
We'd been as far afield as Norwich and Cambridge.
Norwich.
Arch.
But we were making headway. We were certainly making headway. The east of England was safer for our work. It was an unusual thing for folks of our kind to come together. Quite often, those with the sight are just tarred as mad or branded as witches. And we were lucky that so many had been able to be called together in one place with one purpose. Unfortunately, our good fortune rather got the better of us, and we became overconfident.
Swollen with your own pride. Mm.
Well, maybe not quite that serious, but yes,
Swollen
in many
with
ways.
hubris, maybe?
There was some overconfidence. I wouldn't say hubris, no. We were professionals after all. We knew what we were doing. But sadly, well, no doubt you've seen from the picture the young chap in the image just there.
Tommy.
Yes, that's right. Tommy
What about
Smith.
him?
He was a good lad. Bit of a ragamuffin, bit wild at heart, and well, see, he sort of fell in with us, and lovely chap. We all took care of him, did what we could, tried to pull him in off the streets. Give the boy an education, don't you know? Well-rounded. You know, and Father Samson tried to teach him scripture. I taught him how to fight. Mr. Byrne taught him how to shoot. We all had a hand in the boy's education. Unfortunately, our confidence was contagious, it would seem, for the boy caught a nasty dose of it, and he went off on his own, trying to prove himself to us with some blasted plan of his to investigate something alone and bring back a story or proof or some such thing. And he died. And I suppose for many of us, that was the beginning of the end. I began staying away, spending more time down in London, dealing with HQ and such things. Felt pulled towards the career, don't you know? Meanwhile, the others, they fell into two, I suppose one could say, camps. Proactive and the reactive. Now, the reactive side of things, the ladies, the professor, they were keen to double down on our research, be absolutely positive that we knew what it was we were facing and what we were doing.
Very sensible.
Yes, well, they too sensible to some degree. They became almost paralyzed. That every variable had to be contended with. Every possible situation had to have a contingency and a resolution.
Ah, the perils of overcompensation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
And the
paralysis
others-
by analysis, Dr. Wagner.
Quite.
Very good. A little bit of wordplay.
And then the others, they felt pro-action was the way to go, and they went charging off. And at first, they had a bit of a run of some success themselves, but unfortunately, their confidence outstripped their means, and they went unprepared into a fight with something that they couldn't contend with alone. And when I returned from a weekend down in London, and I found, well, what I found, that was rather the end. It took me weeks to track down what I could of the bodies of those who had gone out troll hunting, as much as was possible from what was left. In some cases, barely any bones.
No.
And then those who died here, the library fire I set myself.
Ah, I believe one of our numbers suspected this to be the case. Why
well,
did you? Why?
Well, I say myself. Culver was the one who set the fire on my orders. He's always been
Butler did it.
valley good with demolitions and explosives, that man.
I look across at Culver with a renewed appreciation of the man.
He's pouring the tea right now.
Yeah, excellent.
Gunpowder tea, wunderbar. So, why did you set fire to your own library?
Cover the tracks.
There needed to be some way of explaining away how 6 of my closest friends had died on the premises, or not on the premises, as the case might be.
Yeah, because 3 of them were torn apart by imaginary creatures elsewhere. Yeah.
Yes, and reporting to the local constabulary that my friends and allies were torn apart by wild animals whilst inside a house didn't seem terribly convincing.
No, that doesn't sound very English.
So the fire became necessary. Now, we didn't burn the books.
Oh, good, because that would be a crime.
Well, quite. Old newspaper, storage shelves, the original bookshelves we had to move out of the library. But yes, the fire was set by us. It was necessary.
Can I beat him for any lies or inconsistencies?
I would
Yeah, of
like
course you
to
can.
civilly observe.
He's the brigadier. Why would he lie to us? That's what's going on in my head.
So
So
many reasons.
many reasons.
I know. I just don't have observation skills.
No, I know.
Okay, so you two make your what is it? It's observation, isn't
no
it?
successes. So.
Well,
I'll up to you, Albrecht.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, I could reroll, but it's whatever.
Can you push thingy?
I could. It's not.
Oh, now it turns out if you push in Vaesen, you have to take a condition.
Yeah, that's the reason I don't want to, because I don't. Yeah.
Oh, for the love.
Also,
just to say, Claire, you've got a reroll.
Do I have any rerolls?
Also, just because what I'm trying to intuit isn't that important, really. I'm just trying to gauge. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just professionally interested in state of mind.
He's the survivor of Well, he's the survivor of a tragedy, so he might be grief-stricken and.
Yes, Reverend Heathcote, do you want to make an observation roll as well?
He has
as well.
I have 2 successes.
You have 2 successes. He is not lying to you. Everything he said is true, but a lie by omission.
Yeah, he's leaving shit out.
He's leaving something out. There is something he's skirting around and avoiding. Sorry, Claire.
I was going to say, can I make either an investigation or a vigilance roll about his trips because I'm just thinking someone doesn't add up about him saying his trips to London, why he wasn't there.
Yes, you can. Let me think. What's the most appropriate one?
Probably.
They're both logic based,
Yeah.
so
It's all about the
either of
logic,
them will do.
no
Yeah.
empathy. Let's go
Oh, yeah.
for. They're both the same, so let's go for vigilance.
I guess you could go like vigilance, because like he was a well-to-do person, so and you were well-to-do,
Good
so like
crikey.
Wowza. 3
This is what I'm good
successes.
at.
Boom.
I think your terrible husband mentioned how often he was going to London.
Yeah, it's going to London.
That chap always going down to London. Ugh.
Yes.
Sorry.
If he were going to London, he would have been away for longer than the periods that he claims to have been away for. Otherwise, he would have been going to London, spending about 4 hours there, and then coming straight back. And once you factor in travel time,
That's how
Even
rich
with-
he is.
trains, cars, motor cars, and such like, and 20 years ago, he must have been either going somewhere closer than London or not spending very much time in London at all. The timeline doesn't scan.
Yeah.
And burying yourself in your career, that doesn't sound like 2 hours in London, does it?
No.
No.
Does rather depend on what your career is.
It does.
It
Does.
does, but he's not that.
Just a real intense 2 hours in Soho, straight back again.
But yes, he's
Yes,
good.
the Brigadier was secretly doubling as a go-go dancer in
I-
a Soho club.
Oh my
I do
God.
feel like the memory has just come up that the nurse may have said, "Oh yeah, the Brigadier was going into the woods
Woods.
or
Yeah.
whatever." Yeah.
That's true, yes, he
Yeah,
did
that's
say
what I
that.
thought.
Well
I didn't
remembered.
ring true with.
Mhm.
But maybe he had a secret train, a bullet train.
If he was
In the
going in,
woods.
if he was going into London, he wouldn't have been going into the woods as well.
Mhm.
And she did
There's no-
say he was going into the woods. Well
there's no-
remembered.
There's
Yeah.
no train station in the woods.
Should we take a brief break? At
Oh,
that
yes,
point?
please.
For an
It's
Yeah,
like you
make
can
some
see through
coffee.
time.
and a refreshing that I could see Ben just
A
rounding
refreshing
off
beverage.
that beverage. It's what year is it? Says Beowulf Reborn.
It's 18.
Yeah, it's
It's
the turn of the
century.
turn of the
Century-ish.
century-ish.
It's between and
What year is it? Who's the president?
Somewhere between 18 and just a little bit before 19.
It's not the Great War yet.
Not the
No.
Great War yet.
Things are
And
still
also a
fantastic.
parallel Earth.
Everything
where,
brilliant.
you know, yeah.
Where the wall,
There's
they
no
kept
such thing
Hadrian's
as-
wall for some reason.
Yeah, we kept that.
So we were going to be doing a giveaway, weren't we, Ben?
We were going to be doing a giveaway. Sadly, the only person that really entered that with notice of some fabulous artwork, and I do stress some fabulous artwork, was Narodnik Zeka, who's doing some brilliant work and some lovely things that you can see on our Discord and
Yes.
hopefully somewhere else. If NN, you want to share with us a link or anything, please feel free to. So what we're going to do
They already
instead is we are going to celebrate passing our 300 subs
Woohoo!
this week by
Followers.
doing a followers. Sorry, not subs. Subs.
300 subs would be awesome.
He'd be a lot happier if it was subs. 300 followers. So what Pete wants to do is he wants to do a giveaway to someone in the Twitch stream at the minute.
Yeah, in the chat when we
believe
come back
this
from the
minute.
break.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
exact
and I am
second.
aware that might mean I have to post something to Australia, but I don't care.
Or even somewhere far away like the Isle of Wight.
Oh.
Oh, no, we can't have. Unfortunately,
I know.
Aldoon, we can't have.
I'm just getting in there before
See,
Aldi.
this
players.
is where we find out we have somebody who works at Antarctica, and it's like, yeah, shipping customer, like, oh
I
my
think Australia
God.
is quite far enough to
Frankly,
go.
if there's someone working in Antarctica and watching our shows, it
Yeah.
would be worth it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for a pit stop, get a drink. You guys go refresh your snacks and your drinks, and
Oh,
when we
yes,
come
snacks.
back, we are going to roll a die equal to the number of viewers, minus Ben, and then one of our lucky viewers.
Me, yeah.
I thought I entered.
And
the
all the
competition.
previous winners from the last game.
I think you entered the previous week, didn't you, non-anomaly?
Oh no! Now they're gonna. No, I had
I
one last week.
Definitely
No, no.
entered. No.
Well, I tell you what.
Oh.
While we're on our break, I'll check that out. And if you have, then we'll come back and send something to
It's
you.
like the lottery, but
Otherwise,
Significantly less money.
we will do as Ben said. Okay. So we will
Yes.
see you in 5 or 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere, and we'll see you soon.
Don't change that dial.
Bye.
And we are back. Hello.
Musical fade in.
That's not what K-pop sounds like,
Okay.
is it?
You sound like
All right,
a little-
Tyres,
you sound
calm
like a
down.
frog. Like you know, those
Oh,
little frogs that
wicked.
go.
Oh, spaced quote reference. That's awesome. I love spaced.
Last
Yeah.
time we talked, you told me you thought you wished you were my dad.
Anyway, we're live again. So thank you for staying with us over the break. Sorry about that. So before the break, I got it wrong. Apologies to Non-Anomaly, who had entered the competition by linking Horror Artist on the YouTube video for episode 3.
And which artist was it that had been linked?
Oh, now you're putting me on the spot, Ben.
Now I'm putting you on the spot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Here we go.
go on, read out the
Sorry,
web.
but it's important
Yeah,
to
yeah.
cite your artists, isn't it?
Yes.
Lots
Very
of
important.
beautifully creepy stuff by Yuri Hill. Hard to
Hmm.
choose just one. And there is a link. I'll tell you what. I can
Well, go see
take
the
that.
YouTube video.
I can take that link and put it
Yes,
in
you'll
the
have to
chat.
forgive me, Non-Anomaly. I haven't actually watched the most recent episode yet because I usually do
What?
that while at work. And I'm not at work at the minute because it's half term.
And yesterday was my son's first
you don't have
birthday, so the last couple of days have been a
Hey.
bit crazy. So,
You don't
But
have
since
to-
you
don't
share a
have-
birthday with Odin,
yes, you may
to
have
whom
the
we dedicate this
prize.
battle, you may have the prize.
Yeah.
You are the winner.
And here is the link.
I'd be grateful.
From a vast pool of entries, we managed to whittle it down.
Aggressive generosity here. Take the bloody prize, right?
Oh, Ray's back.
What?
Bloody like it, right? Don't want to hear
Win
no
by
moaning.
default, it's still a win, says Non-Anomaly. You are absolutely
Indeed it
right.
is.
Win is a
Default,
win.
default.
Yeah.
Are we
So
still picking
you
our
win.
K-pop name? Sorry.
Mystery dice,
Default.
Yes.
Oh god.
sweetie dice,
Yes.
because that's what the other ones look like, and a dice rolling tray from Thornless Rose, who is our lovely sponsor for this episode that we should have mentioned at the start, but we're mentioning
By
now
default.
Oh,
during
God.
the advert break.
Yes. And to say sorry and a kind of false prize for the chat, what we're going to do, we're still going to celebrate hitting 300 followers. So we are going to give how much did I say it was?
20 or 10.
Somewhere
A
between.
$20 drive-through
No.
RPG, a $1.50 drive-through, a $20 drive-through RPG gift certificate to someone in the chat right now. So,
And that person is going to save that money until Home for the Summer comes up on sale. And then they're going to buy that with it because that's going to be the best thing
Well,
to spend your money on.
Well,
editing it right now.
Or you save it up and you forget that you have it, and then 2 years later you go, oh fuck, I forgot to spend that fucking no. At least that's how those deal things work with me.
Hey, Narrowed Executive, Non-Anomaly is on the International Space Station. We'll take that as a win. It will be worth it as well. It's
Hey,
even better than
Garblag
Antarctica.
in space.
Space Garblag.
Yeah.
Which is
cool.
why you should go on to YouTube and watch our Klingons episode with us shouting random Klingon words at
Oh, yeah,
each
I just
other and
released that
hoping
to
that
the
we're
public,
talking
didn't I?
sense.
Yeah,
You did, yeah.
It's why I'm insisting that you all become astronauts so that we can say we have fans in space.
Absolutely. Right, so let's do this. We have, I can see users in chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Don't forget
12,
the silent folk, but you must have like super user access
13.
because you're
13, I can see.
king of Twitch.
Yep. So the person who wins this will have to whisper to me with their drive-through RPG email. Yeah. So figure out how to do that in the
don't
time.
Don't tell everybody.
Don't tell everybody your drive-through RPG email. I mean, that's not the end of the world because they can't like get into your account because
Worst
they would
drum
need a
roll ever.
password, etc.
Just don't tell.
So, which
Password
one of our
123.
players would like to roll a 1d13?
If only
Not Eldon.
somebody would be.
I'm not
eager
sure.
to
I mean,
do
someone
it.
seems keen.
I don't know.
I think just
Pick me.
Okay,
Claire, would you like to roll it?
Claire. Yeah, Claire, you haven't rolled a prize one before,
Yeah,
have you?
that's okay too.
Have you?
I did it last
Oh, did you
week,
do it
but
last
hey.
week?
But, right,
Oh,
let's get it.
sad.
No,
I
it's
just
funny
wanted to
though.
I
know how
wasn't.
doing
I
myself.
wasn't
How
here
many?
last week. I
I
wasn't
did
here last week.
1d13, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's see if I get it right without... No. This way? Yes.
Yes.
There we go.
3. Okay, Commander Root. Commander Root. You in chat? If you're in chat right now, please whisper to me, whisper to Garblag, your email address. Also, just say yes, I've won in the chat as well, just to
So
show
many
that you're
things
there.
wrong with that
and you've won.
request.
And then
And
no, but
I'm
then what will
live
happen
and
is
watching.
they'll come back and they'll never know they won. They'll
And if
never
it
know.
gets to the end of the show and we haven't heard back, then
Yeah.
we might re-roll.
Yeah.
Yes, Sophia, Commander Root, all one word. Although I'm not sure they're actually in the chat right now. I think they're yet to come back.
And Commander Root, if you do come back, I would like it if you don't say anything till near the end for the joke. But that's okay if you don't find that funny. We won't re-roll if you're doing the gag, okay? That's okay.
Cool.
They're now about to on the keyboard. Oh.
Oh, I don't know now. Should I just hang out?
Right,
All right,
now,
let's go re-rolling. I'm here.
prior to the break,
Staying down here.
we had been
Okay, Alden.
Just
A
hurt.
chair break.
laying
No.
down some...
Oh, I've just been crushed.
There's only one man who breaks chairs.
The breaker of chairs.
I missed everything last week. Claire did the prize. Sophia
Yeah.
broke his chair. I mean,
He
what?
did. About 5 seconds in. It was amazing.
I
I'm sure
recorded
there's
visual
probably a
video of it and sent
supercut of
to
it
him.
by now, to the tune
Yeah.
of Nyan Cat.
Oh. Okay, I'll stop.
What is that? Am I showing my age?
A little bit.
It could have been the badger mushroom thing.
It could
Oh,
have
I
as
love the
well,
badger mushroom thing.
The badger mushroom thing was like peak internet.
Yeah.
Everything after that, trash.
Don't forget the magical snake.
It's a snake.
You got a Friends Reunited account? Can we?
Friends reunited.
We're hosting this on MySpace, right? That's working.
Yeah, I've got a MySpace account.
Anyway,
I'm sorry, I was too edgy for MySpace. I had LiveJournal.
Oh,
oh,
wow. Oh,
Bebo.
fuck you lot. I had a GeoCities page. Come on now. Let's properly.
They're still
And-
there. You can go and they're like abandoned.
They're archived. Yeah,
wasteland of GeoCities.
it is very
And
much
all our
the
young
cyber wasteland.
should we carry on with the adventure?
Yeah, yeah, because all the young people just turned it off.
Like, what are they talking
Like,
about?
what the fuck are these people
We've
doing?
just sent them off to Google.
My,
Going, what are
our
these
followers
words?
count has just dropped below 300. I'm going to retract the $20 gift certificate.
Somebody make a topical joke about Tron.
Oh god! Oh my god! Oh.
So, just before the break, we had been sat around the breakfast table, indulging in some lovely exposition about what had been going on 20 years previously at Hoxne Hall.
Yes. Features.
Yes, we weren't quite sure that the commander was telling us the truth,
Or the whole truth.
or the whole truth.
Challenge. Yes.
He had certainly told you the truth, but maybe not all of it.
Mm.
Indeed.
Something that Millicent is used to from
Marriage.
Of course.
men of a certain social standing.
Hmm. Can't be straight with anyone.
And so, over to you, beloved players.
Ah, okay.
Where to begin?
You have a long slurp on a cup of tea.
No, it's still terrible.
The Brigadier too takes a sip of tea and then begins cutting into his scrambled eggs and his kipper.
Sorry, what was happening? I was dealing
Breakfast.
with children.
Breakfast expositions.
So he's laid his soul bare, so to speak.
Yeah.
A
Ish.
bit. Ish.
Yeah, well, I don't know that.
Just a quick, Ben, is the cutlery silver?
Oh, yes, we were talking about this on the plane.
Not breakfast cutlery.
You don't know how rich he is. He's spending 2 hours in London.
Yeah,
then coming
not
home.
breakfast cutlery. I mean,
No, it's gold plated.
there's probably silver
Yes.
cutlery around somewhere, but you wouldn't use that for breakfast.
Agnes already
Maybe
knows
not
where all
for
the
party.
silver
Maybe not
is.
in your
so-
house,
Yeah.
Ben.
Go
Yeah.
Agnes.
Yeah, there's some silver over there. No, there's not.
Okay.
I'm just clanking around as I walk around.
Okay.
So you are all of the opinion that these spirits can be laid to rest if we confront the demons for them. Yeah, is this the supposition we are
Appears to be
making?
what they're telling us. Whether
Long
I mean,
and short of it. Sorry,
Okay.
Kat, I apologize.
And do we
You,
have
you realize, of course, this puts you ahead of the curve on most spirit hunters and Vaesen hunters, is that you understand that. Most folks who encounter ghosts wouldn't have the first idea how to put them to rest.
Ah, okay. Well, I think we are still slightly in the how you say fog about this.
Well, let me think how best to phrase this. From your letters, Doctor, you talked about concepts such as id and ego.
Oh yeah.
This is a way of resolving the conflict between ego and id that are holding one back and allowing one to unite the two to become a whole person.
Ah, so you are taking the Platonic duality and you are suggesting that somehow it has become separated and this has caused the mentality to remain in a single place?
Such was what Mr.
Oh.
Redfield had posited. He'd read some of the earlier works of Mr. Freud and
Yeah.
was of a similar opinion.
I still have the headcanon of like Albrecht is like one of those guys that thinks he got to the psychology research first. So every time someone's like, "Oh yeah, Freud," he's like, "No, that was yes, I guess if you, if you like the popular stuff."
Oh yeah, such a fraud.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. With Freud, it is just all about the penises. I don't know what's wrong with that man. You cannot look anywhere. Oh my goodness. Oof.
So with the
Apologies,
spirits of the
Brigadier.
departed. Yes, my good man. Sorry, Reverend.
Redfield had been informed by the writings of Dr. Freud.
Terribly intelligent man, cutting and incisive mind.
Yes.
Didn't miss a trick, you know. Very, very intelligent.
Redfield, obviously, not the other chap.
I was always, in my very limited exposure to Herr Freud, I was always struck
Not
by.
expose yourself to Freud.
I was exposed. I was exposed to Freud. Yes.
Yeah, you should not do that. He will get.
It wasn't voluntary, but I was always struck by the parallel between the triumvirate of the id, the ego, and the superego, and the Holy Trinity. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to reconcile your
No, quite.
parapsychological.
It's a
with
fascinating
religion.
parallel, and I wish that Father Sampson had been quite as open as yourself. He was a fairly rigid thinker,
Yes,
a good man, but
I
not open
believe-
to novel concepts.
I believe we encountered a suggestion of him.
Yeah, a fragment of memory. So, Redfield, do you have any of his notes? Does any of his material
I would
remain?
very much like to peruse those if
Yeah,
they were.
maybe together over a decent.
Well, if there's anything, it's likely to be in the writing room. Such writings as I could bring together before my injury.
And we've ascertained that the writing room was the Sherry, yes, Miss Sherry.
Miss
Elena
Sherry.
Sherry.
Yes, poor dear Alina, her final resting place. She loved that place. She was going to be a novelist, you know.
Yeah, I read some of her stuff. It was good. In
She
the wrong
was-
language, but it was okay.
She was astonishing. Novelist, journalist, didn't matter what type of writing she was doing. She had a gift. She could grip the writer and truly hold them.
I say we put it to a vote. We decide right here, right now, who we're going to solve the problem of first.
Okay.
I mean,
This
how
is a
can
good
you
idea.
vote without
Concerted
knowing more
effort.
information, though?
We don't know what we will be facing. We have no experience with these things.
In fairness, young Agnes has a point. This is how we would make decisions in the original days of the Lantern Society.
Yeah, and look how that worked out.
Well, quite. But
in the original
Plus, you
days,
had a little more information than we do right now.
there are 5 of you, so you would potentially have a tiebreaker should such a thing arise. Perhaps I can give you more information before you start. Is there any
Quite.
other questions you wish to ask?
We're in favour of a democracy, I assume, but I think it must be an informed one.
Quite. Well, Democritus himself would have spoken of the necessity for an informed judgment before making a decision.
Yeah, you would not want to make something that might affect your entire life based on no information.
Quite. We're not Americans.
So you're going to give us some more information.
Certainly. Well, what would you like to know, Doctor?
Well, do you understand the ledger, and you obviously were present for many of the discussions, well, be it 20 years ago. So if we were to take on, say, Miss Sherry, what would you say is the binding influence? What is it that holds her here?
Now, Miss Cherry, let me get this straight.
Oh,
It's creepy babies, isn't it?
got another follower, Chav Hunter 86. Thanks for following us.
Yes, you're quite right, young Agnes.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't know what its name is. But...
No, sorry, no, you're quite wrong, young Agnes.
Am I? Well,
no,
lying little shit.
That's Miss Saint Germain. That
Oh,
was her binding
Frick.
obsession.
Oh, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna have some words with that fucking group. I don't know why I didn't background check him. Fucker.
Sorry, who do you refer to?
That was Nye. That was not.
Oh, yeah.
I know we seem so similar.
Miss Sherry, well, complicated issue. Miss Sherry was particularly upset about the death of young Tommy. And she had been compiling information on what she believed to be the beast responsible for his death.
Oh.
A creature known as a revenant.
Oh. That sounds bad.
Yes. A creature that returns from beyond the grave to inhabit its old body, not like the spirits you've seen, but a far more corporeal entity.
Okay.
Where did this come from?
Well, we're not entirely sure. We believe that the area, there's a copse, a wood, probably a copse really, of dead trees.
Okay.
West of Hoxne, just before, cross the bridge over the River Dove, just before you get to the Blasted Tree Inn and the farms in that sort of area.
Yes,
There's a crypt of sorts. I believe it dates back to pre-Roman Britain.
Okay.
whether the creature itself dates back that far as well is another thing.
So you believe that the destruction of this revenant would end her location in this plane? Is this what you're saying?
She was very close to young Tommy. They were probably the closest in age amongst the original society, you see. And she had a big heart. And so she accepted him for all his flaws.
Just like we do with Agnes, yeah.
Quite.
Scowl at you very fucking hard.
No doubt Agnes and Tommy would have got on like a house on fire had they ever met.
I
Does she
think they
have
probably
writings
would
on
have
this revenant?
been a house on fire.
I imagine so.
Arson is one of the few crimes I've not committed.
And you said in
There's
the writing
still
room.
time.
Yes, if she's got anything on it, it would be in the writing room.
So shall we check?
But
You just
Agnes,
go.
if it's
I walk
creepy
out.
baby monsters you wish,
No,
then I
No,
believe
it's
Miss
fine.
Saint-Germain was investigating
No.
those.
No. Yeah.
No, I actually want to go see Tommy, and it's like, what the
Lieutenant-
fuck is going on with you? I know, Bennett, you just made a mistake. Sorry.
Lieutenant Cranthorne has walked at double pace, marched across to the house to the drawing room.
Yeah, and the Reverend is following closely behind him.
I think we're all just trotting along.
Same.
I will
but
hang back
I-
for 1 second. Just 1 second.
Oh.
No, continue. Sorry.
What do you want to do with your hanging backness?
Well, is the old man still there? I've still not learned his name.
Stab him with a
Yes.
silver knife.
Brigadier Sir Steven Hatt-Egerton, retired. The retired is in brackets, but you can hear them when he says it.
Yeah, naturally, of course. I saw Tommy.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I didn't think there was much left in me to surprise, but none of us have seen Tommy.
Well, he said something similar to me. And I have 2 things to say to you. Number 1, yeah, we probably would have gotten like a house on fire. And number 2, you guys failed him.
Yes,
And
we
then
rather did.
and before he even says that, I leave.
So you'll hear that sort of quietly whispered behind you as you leave.
I'll catch up with the rest of them.
Yeah, so catching up with the rest of them, the lieutenant takes the lead and opens the front door and heads straight for the writing room. And what do you do once you get there, Lieutenant Cranthorne?
I start looking for anything I can find. I'll say to the others, see if you can see anything about Reggie.
Who is Reggie?
It's Tommy's brother.
Oh, okay.
You knew Tommy's brother?
That it wouldn't join up and it wouldn't make sense. But it's just strange that there's this connection.
What connection?
Reggie was in Foxtrot Battery.
So you served together?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And did he talk about his brother?
All of the time.
Was he the older or the younger brother?
He was older,
Yeah.
but yes. It's too much of a coincidence for me. The timing wouldn't work and it wouldn't make sense. But as we've seen,
There's little that makes sense.
Indeed.
Well, we just need to find the logic behind the seeming confusion. It is fine. So you want us to go through every single one of her books to find the name Reggie. This is what you're
No,
asking.
just keep an eye out for it. Keep an eye out for it.
Okay, in the meantime, maybe we look for information about the Revenant?
Yes.
I think so, yes.
Okay, well, I know where her books are. I was reading one earlier. It was very
Okay, you
interesting.
can either make an investigation roll
Oh, yes, please.
or an observation roll, and I do give you both options because
They're different.
there are different
yeah.
things you can pick up from empathy and from logic here. So you need to decide which one you're going for. Are you going for the logic and
You mean I can't
investigation?
I can't
Or are
punch
you
the
going for-
bookshelves until the information falls out.
No, you can't punch
Try.
bookshelves.
You get enough successes. Yeah.
I'll go for observation since that's my better skill.
So Claire's got 2 on investigation.
Not gonna
Lieutenant
get
Cranthorne's
ditto.
got 2 on investigation.
1.
Am I the only one that went into empathy as a
No,
set?
Sofino also did empathy.
Oh, well, there we go.
Mhm.
Right, let's see what I rolled.
Well done,
Eight
Father.
successes. There we go. I don't give a shit.
So, one
It's my
thing,
number one.
did I see? I forgot to say, I probably would have scooped up the journal, the big
The ledger.
ledger,
Big
the
ledger.
ledger,
Yeah, more than
Massive
likely.
ledger.
and put
The
it down
ledger.
on the table in the room so we can like see the locations,
Mhm.
cross-reference.
Cross-reference.
And I've got my map book as well,
Croissant.
but that's in my hand.
L'enfant de Croissant.
Bien
Ooh, in the
sûr.
bibliothèque.
That's
Isn't there a
more.
train station named after that?
Not the children of the croissant. No.
Look, Roger's joined the chat and asked if you've killed me yet.
No, Rog. Why would I do a thing like that? It's an investigation-based game.
Yeah.
Nobody
No,
has
what
And then
you
the bookshelves
got,
fall
mate?
on you and you
No,
die.
I failed.
You failed. Okay, so people who are doing the logical thing, you're taking books down, you're looking at chapter headings, you're flicking through them, looking for relevant information. Reverend, you are sort of trying to soak up one book rather than focusing on skimming several. So this is why you get very, very different ideas from them. So the people who were
I'm picking my nails with my knife.
skimming, looking for logical connections, you find that Elena Sherry kept very good notes, somewhat fanciful, to be fair, very florid in terms of prose. She does go over the top on description.
But she had
But-
aspirations to be a
verbose.
novelist, so
Yes, but her notes are very, very thorough. And so in your search, you do discover a mention of baby Reggie, Lieutenant Cranthorne
Mhm.
finds a reference to baby Reggie,
Mhm.
interestingly enough.
Mm.
Millicent comes across some information pertaining to revenants and their requirements.
Great.
Sorry, just to go back, Ben. Sorry about that. Just wondered in just our discussion moments ago with Sir Steve and
Mhm.
the Brigadier. There's mention that also there was some notes from Israel Redfield potentially in this room as well.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you want to look for
No.
those rather than for the Elena Sherry books?
Well,
Writing rooms. They would have kept all
Of
the
course,
stuff.
like the lieutenant has suggested to us that we keep an eye out for mention of Reggie, and we're looking up stuff about the Revenant. I'm just wondering if anything of that fell into my lap during the course of that. I'm guessing
There are some notebooks in here by Israel Redfield as well. And flicking through those, there aren't any mentions of baby Reggie, but there are very accurate descriptions and depictions, including a few sketches. So you've managed to get your hands on one of Redfield's notebooks. So there are some sketches in there of a lindworm and a description in which Tommy is mentioned and commended by Redfield for excellent information gathering. He says that given the choice, he would happily have trained the boy as an apprentice detective in London. But yeah, Agnes, unfortunately, book learning, boring.
I'm not actually bad to.
No, of course you're
I
not.
just
But
got unlucky,
in this
but
particular occasion, it's
I just am
reading
not
through some
interested.
girl's fan fiction.
And,
Well, I'm still weighing up if I want to tell you guys because the only pertinent information is the gun. But I mean, we have 2 people that are gun-toting people already, so I assume, hey, bring your gun is like, hey, you should probably wear a coat when you go out in the rain. It's like, yeah, of course I'm bringing my gun to a monster hunt.
It's also
Yeah,
a very
is that not-
large gun.
did you say Millicent found something
Cannonet.
as well, actually?
Did I say what? Sorry.
About revenants and
Yes,
Yeah,
Millicent
revenants, I'm
did
assuming
actually
we'll
find
continue
some
to hunt them and kill
information
them.
about revenants.
Yeah.
Did I find anything, Ben?
Soon. Oh, what did you get? Sorry, Albrecht. Yes, you got a success, didn't you?
Yeah.
And what were you looking for? You were logicking.
I was logicking, and I was looking for maybe mentions of Reggie, but mostly looking for information about revenants.
You also find some information about Revenant. It seems that towards the end, her research had become near obsessive about revenants.
I was
Oh,
going to say, just
the
takes
poor
the
young
book that
lady.
Millicent is reading and goes, "Oh, I have found the information."
So a revenant is the undead spirit of an evil human, allegedly, full of hatred for mankind and filled with an urge to frighten, harm, and kill. Usually it wants to torment its family or other people it used to loathe back when it was still human. They are capable of being both invisible and visible, can appear as monstrous figures with sharp teeth and claws and skeletal features. Sometimes they can be as black as night and several meters tall, and they suck the life out of people.
Oh, that does not sound good.
Nice.
Sometimes spiritually and sometimes by literally eating them.
Okay, how does one defeat a revenant?
Hmm.
Skipping to the useful information.
Skip to
Now,
the
the
end.
defeat of them is something that is a little more questionable. So, Albrecht, you don't find anything on the defeating of
Yeah.
revenants. However, Millicent does.
You okay there, Safina?
And it would appear that
Not looking forward to
Christian
being killed.
symbols are anathema to revenants, and you can use them to protect yourself from them.
Only
Okay.
Christian.
They're also linked very closely to their place of residence, and if you block them from their place of residence, they become paralyzed for a day, albeit invisible.
Oh, that's cool.
Hmm.
That'd be really funny though. Oh, I can't go anywhere, but we can't find him.
Yes.
Oh no, we're just waving sticks around.
Just walking around with your arms out. Going, are you there?
Well, no, because
Are you there?
if
It
you
is
touch him,
definitely
you'll
bound to
die.
presence.
Millicent,
Oh.
yes, it has a physical presence. It is definitely bound to its grave site and something there.
Ah.
Okay.
Which we fancy is near to the blasted tree inn at the Dead Tree Copse, right? Our
Nice.
pre-Roman.
Oh, sorry.
Seems
Is that what
likely.
we got from the
Two.
ledger? Was that the
Combining
field
them
of?
together.
That's what the Brigadier said, didn't he? Something
Hmm.
about that.
Hmm.
That clearing.
Can I check the ledger then to see if that kind of ties up?
If it correlates, yeah.
We might be able to break the code in some
You've
ways.
got the
Yeah.
coordinates.
Oh,
so-
yeah. Like our Rosetta Stone.
Yeah.
Ben, that knife I picked up.
Mhm.
What is? It's just a knife, yeah.
It does
Or-
appear to just be a knife, yes,
Okay. That's fine.
but something of an antique
I'll
one.
have the GM
Yeah.
speak. It does appear to just
It's
be a
big.
knife.
No, I know.
The
I
room
know,
appears to be empty.
but It's 12 mimics.
Oh no, Pete did the room
The
appears
room
to be
is
empty
a
on us
mimic.
on Thursday, and it was a gelatinous cube.
It's such a
Yeah.
classic,
Oh, it's
first
beautiful.
edition move, you know.
The corridor appears to be
Ghost.
empty.
I had to.
Fireball.
Oh, naturally.
And then Gauss, what did he say? He used burning hands? He had a... No, I won't repeat what
Excuse me,
said.
he didn't
Yeah.
even know to do anything until the information was delivered by the super canny elf.
Mhm.
Cool.
Who knows
canny,
whatting.
Super canny, fragilistic, caganisty elf boy. Sorry. Carry on.
So that's what your research manages to unearth in the time you spend in the writing room.
Is there anything in her writings about Tommy and how he died?
Yes, that's the bit that people found about baby Reggie. There are conversations with Tommy that are recorded, that he died at the hands of a revenant, of this revenant, in fact, and that's hence her obsession with it.
Yeah.
She's clearly incensed with this revenant and wants it to be put down. If you look in the book, her voting record for what needs to be followed up on is pretty much obsessive beyond a certain date.
Wow. That makes
Revenant,
Tommy's
revenant.
request.
But get the revenant,
much
get the revenant, get the
depressing.
revenant, get the revenant.
Oh God, that's really sad now that Tommy suggested that.
Not for himself.
Well, no, but I thought, because they got on well together, but there's the air of the regret of seeing her just basically spiraling into rampant obsession. Jeez.
And not becoming the
There's more
novelist she
to it
could have
than
been.
that as well.
Yeah.
We saw her die as well, didn't we?
Yeah, from the
Millicent and I saw.
Yes, she was ripped apart by.
Yeah.
How many of
big and invisible
the
with claws.
people have we now seen spirits of? Sorry, my
All of them.
cloudy.
All
Except the professor.
Yeah, because I've still not said anything.
No, how many am I aware that we've seen the ghosts of?
You're aware of.
The only one is
Oh,
Squished
yeah,
Man. Squished Man is the only one that the
No, because he's no longer.
Brigadier-
He ceased being aware at the point where he got
He's out of
possessed.
sync.
Yeah, which was
So
in
you haven't
yeah, but
seen the
we would have told
nurse.
them.
Or the Reverend.
Or
But we
the
told you
Reverend.
about the nurse and the reverend.
Yeah,
They
that's
have-
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
No.
So there's
only-
so now all the spirits we have left to see are Tommy and the professor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to your knowledge, yeah.
No, I'm saying that to the group.
Yeah.
We should go and find surely Tommy's spirit or ghost or whatever. We've seen them all die. There'd be possibly something we could, as horrible as it would be to witness such a thing, we could go and find his spirit and then
I have a
potentially.
question actually.
Do you remember though, when you were talking to the nurse, she said that Tommy's ghost had not been seen.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware.
Yeah, no.
I wasn't
No, I'm
aware.
saying to the
So I'm
others.
just
Yeah,
kind
she
of.
did say
I'm
something
logicking
about
it
that,
out.
didn't
I'm just
she?
like.
No, I'm just saying to the others in case they'd forgotten.
Okay.
No, I had remembered. She did
Have
say.
we discussed in character the theory that we're seeing their ghosts, but they may not have died in the manner?
Yeah.
Yes.
We discussed that.
Yes, we discussed
Okay,
that because the picture, the chap that we saw in the picture looked like he'd been crushed by a tree.
Crushed by a tree.
Yes, okay, that's fine. I just wanted to check.
And then we learned from the nurse that 3 of them had gone out, and that seems to be the
It
3.
makes sense,
So,
yes.
yeah, you have
But yes,
this.
you're right, officer. We haven't seen Tommy or the professor.
Interesting. Maybe we should ask the brigadier about those.
Keep mixing it up with your ranks.
He did say something about. Didn't he say there were some useful books in the library as well? The brigadier earlier at breakfast.
Yeah, he did. I think it is worth a look.
Can we see? Sorry, Ben. Can we correlate the information with the ledger to figure out which? Did we confirm that it's that copse of dead trees from the ledger?
It does seem to be around that area.
Okay.
The copse of dead trees looks to be the closest they can do. Somewhere in that area.
Nearby landmark.
Yeah, that's the closest they could pinpoint to the lair of the revenant.
Okay.
Now I've got to remember what the secret thing's called, because you can get a secret thing.
Oh,
secret thing.
Okay. Well, yeah.
From research.
Have Hunter 86. You are actually 302. Follower 302.
It's not
But
dark
thank you for following
secret.
us.
Well, dark secrets are stuff, I presume.
They're a
Yeah.
separate thing. Yeah, but there's a special kind of secret, and I've just forgotten. Total brain farted.
Would any of us have gotten it with our rules? Did someone get really successful?
No, you have to do research first, but you can
Oh, okay. Interesting.
you can claim an advantage of some kind.
Oh.
I just can't remember what it's called. And it's annoying because this would be the point at which you would get to call it.
Yeah. Well,
In,
because we've already gotten a shit ton of information as is, so we would
Yeah.
still have some kind of advantage.
But I would like to go to the library and see if there are any research materials on
Yes.
the local
like
area.
a fine
Opens all the
idea,
bo-
Doctor.
Opens all the boxes for you. So
Yeah, if the brigadier said that this crypt was meant to be pre-Roman, so maybe there is some information about what was there, and maybe
Yes.
this is the Revenant.
Did they build
The local
it?
history, of course, there must be something in there.
Yeah, the old legends, whatever,
Hmm.
will give us information.
Oh, I cannot for the life of me remember what the special thing is called, but there is a special thing you can get that gives you a bonus. If anybody in audience can remember it, great.
What-
I will re-research.
Is there a museum in town? No, that would be too
Not
fancy.
much of one, no.
Okay.
There's like a local history museum.
Ooh.
I mean,
Well,
be worth
that's
a look.
yep. You pretty much named my.
Yeah,
thought
that
process there.
sounds. I mean, I was going to look in the library, but maybe
No, we can
Well,
but if we
We
need
could check the library first, and if it's lacking,
Okay.
then we could check out the town as
Let us do that.
necessary.
There's the church records as well. Churches tend to be repositories for,
Yes.
if not great detailed knowledge, certainly information about locals.
No. Back then, small towns didn't keep any knowledge. How many people are alive here? We have no idea. We don't keep track of anything here.
Parish records are pretty thorough, though. Like,
Parish
I
records
was-
are.
I was being-
From the Magna Carta
Okay.
onwards, keeping track
says
of who
me
was
out
alive.
of character
was-
and in character.
I think you'll find,
sarcastic.
actually. I mean, just hold on, just one moment. I think you will find. Yes.
That was joking, but it's all good.
We know.
I know.
Let's head to the library then, shall we?
Oh, the books. Dun, 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 dun,
I'd
dun,
Well, the
Please,
library
the
is just
left.
across the entry hall
Mm.
from the writing room, so it's not exactly a lengthy journey.
I'm likely
There
gonna
are
start cleaning
3
the
tea
right hand.
chests full of books.
Opened. Opened.
One of them is open.
Opened
yeah.
and
I
rifled.
think I had a look through one as well. So yeah.
I think that might be the same one that had previously
Yeah,
been
yeah.
rifled through.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we will have a rifle.
Hmm.
And the books that are in there are in a variety of languages. There are also some translational texts for translating from one language to another.
Oh, I wish I'd done that. Damn it.
Well, this is you going through the library and actually sorting the books rather than taking a quick smash and grab. So sorting through the books, taking them out of the box, lining them up along the floor and looking at what you've got. They're old. The books are old. And they're folklore, myth, legend, translational, a few geographical.
Oh, I will give those to the lieutenant.
And we need the other box.
Dankeschön.
It'll be easy to.
Bitte?
And once you get all 3 of them open, you can see that this isn't enough to have filled the library. Clearly, there were other books in the library as well. This is the ones that were deemed important enough to keep here.
I'll take my Arabic book out and just throw it in the pile. Bit bored.
Fascinating.
I'll also take out the French book that I have, the poetry book, and just dump it in.
Al-Hazred's book of horrible things from beyond space-time.
Yes. El Shahibra's recipe book for enormously pain.
Yeah. That's all I have, by the way. I only nicked 2.
I think this book of French poetry is not from the library.
Nope.
Correct. That was from the lady's boudoir.
It
Yeah.
smells familiar.
Yeah, it's from the fancy lady's bedroom.
The fancy lady. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you speak French?
Oh, yeah,
As
of
an
course.
Austrian.
I speak so many different dialects of Europe.
He's actually like closer speaking like Swiss or something. I don't know.
Could you make Albrecht? Could you
Or
make an
Hungarian.
investigation roll then?
I would be delighted to.
There were a couple of other suggestions of the books we might find. The Necronomicon and the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Hey, there we go. Oh, I got a 1.
Yes, the inscription on the inside front cover, the signature, you recognize the handwriting now. You wouldn't have recognized it before, but now that you've seen Elena Sherry's writing style, you recognize the inscription on the inside cover of this poetry book is in her handwriting, but written in French.
Oh.
Because they were lovers, right? We got that information.
They were
previously.
very friendly young ladies with progressive views, yeah.
Quite.
Yeah.
I think is how the nurse apparition put it.
Was it the? No, what? Didn't we go in the room and that conclusion was dropped?
We may have
It was
also
suggested.
surmised it for
It was
him.
hinted, but I think it wasn't confirmed until
Oh right.
Miss Evans, Doctor/Nurse Evans spoke.
Yes, this book is a romantic gift from Elena Sherry to Olympe Saint-Germain.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Do I feel guilty about? Nah, I probably don't. No, I'm not a very nice person.
I'm not even going to roll
as a person because you made
observation.
it all the way through the word guilty before dismissing it.
I kind of sit there thinking about as they explain this to me. Do I feel guilty? Probably not. It's fine. It'll be returned somewhere somehow.
This is a memento of a lost love. This is most moving. I will read one of the poems.
It would appear
Loudly.
to all be. It's French love poems.
Oh, so okay. Right.
I blush.
I'm reading it in the French.
Yeah, we're all just sitting there like, yeah, there's some.
That's even more
we
lewd.
understand.
It sounds really rude. It's like
Yeah.
We watched Adam's Family earlier with the children.
Letitia, you spoke French. Yeah.
Mon sauvage.
I'm weighing up if it's even worth trying to make a roll because I don't think I don't have anything in investigations. So, fuck it, why not? There's no harm. Oh, I got 1 success! Yay! I'd like to try reading some of the books. I'll fail.
It appears actually from your success that this Arabic book that you've got is to do with summoning and binding of demons.
Did I say this to them?
Nice.
That book that you pocketed earlier does appear to be some kind of book of magic dating back centuries about how to conjure and bind infernal entities.
In the pocket. With Arabic translator.
brilliant.
Yeah, have a look through the rest of the piles for the Arabic to English primer.
Oh no, I would have had to find that. I don't speak Arabic or read Arabic. Sorry.
And that's what your investigation uncovers for you.
Yes.
The translations. Oh, crikey.
That's for later.
Anyway.
Are we going to be fighting any demons? I don't even want to ask the question.
You are now.
Combine the two books. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
What, romantic French demons.
J'ai voulu ce matin te la
Another crossover episode.
Avec ton prix, ton maison, tout le closet.
So are we doing
What's
another
going on?
Don't you love to curse in French? It's like whapping your arse with silk.
I was declaiming French love poetry in the center of the library.
The lieutenant is looking very confused and embarrassed.
We leave the library promptly.
But yes, that's what you managed to extract from the library.
I have not even got to the saucy bit yet.
I now know how to potentially summon demons, Ben. Isn't that great?
Oh,
That's quite scary.
And I haven't told anyone.
So the Revenant is overpowering us. I know what we must do. Summon a bigger demon.
big Cooper fish.
Well, we summon one and it goes, oh shit, he's on the list to be taken to hell. Oh, thanks. This made my job so much easier.
Well, maybe. So it's a demon kind of bailiff then.
So
Yeah.
that's your morning's research. You do reading, lots of reading.
Yeah.
Go through books, you pore
Yeah.
over texts.
Ah, this is
Summon
my
that
kind of
one, that'd be fun.
adventure, yeah. Now, if only there was some cafe.
Come
Want some
lunchtime, you're
tea?
starting to feel a bit peckish.
I would like
Cucumber
some sandwiches,
sandwiches.
and some wurst and some churut.
So for just perspective, this is both Agnes and I saying this simultaneously. Do we know where the Revenant? Are we going after the Revenant? Is my question. Because never
I
voted.
think maybe we should
Ah.
vote over lunch.
Gathering a few ideas about how to potentially kill it.
Okay, so
Or
okay, that's
deal with it.
fine.
But it looks that way.
I mean, I'm up for killing the Revenant. I just want to know what everyone else is wanting to do.
Yeah, it sounds like enormous fun.
I
Okay.
think whatever we have the most information on seems like the best idea.
Fair
Well,
enough.
that would be the Revenant.
Well,
right
over
now,
the course of the morning, you've managed to pick up a fair old bit of information on the Revenant. It has a weakness to Christianity.
Don't we all?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Don't worry, Nye, that went through my head as well.
Ah, no, you have found my weakness. It burns.
So crosses are good.
burns.
Crosses,
If only we
okay.
had a holy man with us.
Yeah.
Yes, Christian
all
symbols.
Christian
But that you're
symbols.
never going to be able to put this thing down without finding the thing that binds it to
Yeah.
this world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So it's
they're angry, pissed
Physical
off about
presence
something,
is
aren't
bound to its grave site.
they?
Or
Yeah.
it
But
has
more
a
than
physical
just its
presence bound
grave
to
site,
grave
there's
site.
something very
Yeah,
specific
but
in its
it's-
grave site
There's
usually.
something-
Okay.
In
But
the
is it-
gravesite, so
it's similar to unfinished business with our nice ghosty friends, but it's not like, oh, can you get my kitten out of the tree kind of stuff. It's like, no, this is my corpse, destroy it kind of stuff.
There was an interesting part as well about it usually going after people it kind of knew or had some connection to, some family connection or something. It would be perhaps one of them were associated with it in some way in its previous life.
Potentially a member of Tommy's family.
Could possibly be. If,
You know.
Well,
I
who
mean,
was
it
it going
killed Tommy.
after? Didn't he go after it?
Yes,
Oh.
he from
He-
what is described, he went to its abode
yeah.
and
Right.
got in its face and died. as a
But do
result.
we have anything
No,
discussing?
now would be a great time
who
to
had been-
reveal that
who had been-
information.
No,
Well,
no.
we were told. that
No,
he
the Brigadier
went
said that.
to- Yeah.
Brigadier said he went off. He got overconfident and went off on his own.
I've
Oh,
said
so he
I
was
don't
trying to
actually
prove
think
himself in a
Tommy said
way.
anything useful, really.
Yeah.
So it may not have been related to him if he was just trying to prove himself.
No, he may have just got in the way.
Knowing that you've seen Tommy is useful.
How? He did nothing. He didn't tell me shit. He just told me we need a big gun to kill it. Like, it's not
That is
valuable
also
information.
useful.
That's good information.
Yeah.
So
Are you not
I
gonna be
generally
getting
think
a
a big gun will kill anything anyway. So.
Yes.
Yeah, so
That's what you're trying to
Because
find
you're
out.
an artillery man.
yeah, he's got his cannonet.
So we're going to start painting crosses on our bullets over lunch.
You've got to
yeah.
score. You've got to
Yeah.
score them in the end.
Cucumber
Score them.
sandwiches and like
Excellent.
Well, I mean, I thought
ammunition modification.
we'd
Love it.
get there.
Yeah.
A thoroughly
Get
British lunch.
Yeah, a bit of craft.
We get there, and Reverend's like, "Oh, who's going in further?" Ah! There you go, Reverend. You take care of it. You're immune.
I'm going to toss the Reverend a ball and produce a cricket bat from my thing, and we'll have a quick little knockabout in the yard. Well,
I
Okay,
thought
I will
Whilst-
initially fumble the cat, but then save it.
I-
surprisingly.
This is the
Are you
most
gonna
British
trick
version of
whilst-
From Dusk Till Dawn I've ever
whilst
seen.
Culver, whilst Culver was preparing the cucumber sandwiches,
I have no idea what is happening.
this is
nor
the
do I.
crease, and these
I-
Don't mind
imagine
if
there are
Shiva
stumps
plays
here.
you.
I don't understand any of what you are saying.
Well, they're going to play some cricket. I'm going to carve some crosses into these bullets, and we're all going to eat cucumber sandwiches. A jolly nice
okay.
afternoon.
Followed by a jolly good cup of tea.
Is this normal? You all
Oh,
seem
great! At
very
this hour, I would have thought.
comfortable.
I haven't
with
got
this
my
kind of
whites
thing.
with me. Oh,
Yeah.
I suppose I'll just have to
break
play
this.
in uniform. Sorry.
This is what
Sir,
English
if you'd
people
like,
do.
the Brigadier does have
Okay.
some
Oh, excellent.
slightly older whites,
That would-
but you're
I would
welcome
be honoured.
to.
And pads?
Yes,
The big
knee shin
ironing
pads,
board
certainly.
style. Excellent.
Why is it that you feel these will help?
No, they just want to play cricket.
I'm not sure of the Reverend's competence.
Should
With a
warn you,
fast-
I was rather a demon spinner. Yeah. Mm.
Wow.
Are you allowed to say that?
I'm
There's a
sure
cheeky
Thomas will
twinkle
knock
in
it
his
out
eye.
of the out of the yard. Sheba can field.
I was quite the devil, and then a bolt of lightning hits. Ah, okay,
no!
sorry, I won't say that again.
I'm sorry now.
Can I now have a cricket bat as my melee weapon?
So can I now have a cricket ball as my ranged weapon?
Oh, yeah. Excellent.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's how I want to
Don't
end
You gotta
the Reverend.
Give
Bang
it a
in the
shine
head.
first.
I'm getting
Give it a
horrible
rub.
flashbacks to the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film.
Oh, Casey Jones,
yeah,
wasn't it?
Casey
Jones.
Yeah, with his hockey man.
Cricket? Nobody
Look.
understands cricket.
You got to play croquet to play cricket. Yeah.
You got to understand what a crumpet is to play cricket.
Oh, do they have any crumpets?
It's tea time. Of course they have crumpets.
Could I have a
now
little bit of
this
could I have a little bit of
understand.
Marmite on mine?
Oh,
No.
why?
No.
No.
I-
Why would you do this?
I just love the idea that Culver's thinking to himself when we first arrived, like maybe retribution will arrive, and he's watching two of them play cricket, one of them carving crosses in the bullet, and two of them just being like, "Oh fuck this
I
lad."
have no idea. Agnes, should we go and find the drinks cabinet?
Oh, now that is a good idea.
Yes, come with
You've
me. I
gone
will.
up in
I
my
will teach you how to
estimation.
blow cigar ring smoke. It's very educational. Very
Yeah,
good for you as
sure.
well.
So
Yeah.
before we
you
wrap up,
go-
is there anything in particular anybody
we're
wants to
ending
do
it.
that makes sense?
Yes, I'd like to ask Albrecht what he's going to bring to this hunting party.
My keen intellect.
Okay.
My ability to stand behind you when you're firing a gun.
Yes, that would probably be for the best behind. Mhm.
Yeah,
And an
yeah, I think
effective
so too.
forward defensive stroke.
He's saying the noises again. I understand.
I got my knife. that
And
I stole.
Agnes has a knife.
Oh, jolly good shot there, Lieutenant.
I do also have a gun. Maybe this is what you're asking.
Ah, yes.
I
Well,
don't
if
know.
you have some bullets you would like me to prepare.
Oh, okay. Yeah, why not? Yeah, okay. I'd also thinking maybe I would go back to the armory and get one of those big blunderbosses. They look quite fun. Maybe we
I
can
am
fill them with
techno-
holy relics and
I'm-
fire them at the
I'm
revenue.
scared because Ben might be like, okay, you click, it doesn't go, and then it blows up in your hand because it's 200 years old. And you're like, oh god damn it!
No, I will Wile E. Coyote this shit. I will be looking down the barrel going, why is it not working when it goes off in my face?
And you know what Agnes was trying to do before in the chapel. Perhaps now sending her to loot the chapel would be a good idea.
No, that weird reverend's gonna chaplain's gonna be like, whoa, a lady.
Well, why don't we both go? I will get the blunderboos, and then we can stock up on this Christian iconography. Yeah?
Yeah, sounds
Yeah,
about right.
okay. Yeah, sounds good. Get
Uh,
a sack. We'll go load up.
I've still got the pillowcase I stole wrapped around my waist. Oh,
There we go.
Okay,
That
so
was
you've
wide.
decided.
That was wide. I'm not out. Don't be silly. That was wide. I'm telling you.
So you've decided that the Revenant is your target.
Seems like.
Without a vote.
Looks like it.
Yeah, we've not voted, not discussed, we've just decided.
Kind of by random consensus, I feel.
It's
think
fine, it goes
The fact
with-
that we
I was
all
like-
want
It
to
was
do
there.
it is almost like a consensus vote.
Yeah.
Almost.
So we shall wrap up the session at that point.
The
Has
sound of leather on willow.
Has Commander
Has-
Root
It does
appeared?
sound-
No.
And also some
Commander Root
cricket.
hasn't said anything, so I think it might be time for a reroll.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
You took the joke too far, Root.
Okay, hang on. Let me see what we've got. 1, 2,
I
Come on,
warned
Root.
you.
3,
Hey, Root.
4, 5, 6.
I know.
I'm with
I
you,
was
Chav
just
Hunter.
reference.
No room for Marmite eaters in this world.
Marmite's the best.
No.
I'm afraid this channel's run by a Marmite eater, so
Yeah,
But you know the
what-
rules for Marmite, Pete. As
love
long
it.
as you have an opinion, you're okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, you
indifferent to
can't
it.
be indifferent.
No, there's no indifferent.
I'm joking.
Okay, we
I
need a
love it.
D10. A D10. And we're going to keep rolling until someone responds in the chat to say that
You
they
have
have.
to be
Safina, roll a
here right
D10.
now.
I've actually rolled a d10, but fine.
Oh, you've got a
Physical
physical one. Oh,
I
we need
rolled
the
a physical one.
we need the
Oh, I want it
audience
to
to
pop up
see
on
it
the
on the
screen.
screen.
I know. I just happen to
Number
have
9.
it to hand.
Saddest Kitty.
Oh,
Like that.
Ooh.
Saddest Kitty.
Aw.
Are you in the chat right now? Let's have a look.
You
Thanks,
just need to
Back.
be
No.
there, Chav Hunter. As long as
No.
you're there, it counts.
No, Saddest Kitty is not in the chat right now.
I
So
like
this
the idea
list
that
is
they-
not very good.
that they
Alden,
put us
roll again.
on
Roll a
the-
D9.
Oh, I need to get to it.
Oh my god. I don't have a d9. There you go. It's a 9 again.
Okay, Whiskey
Oh.
Ghost. Are you in the chat?
Come on, Whiskey Ghost. I believe in you. You can do the thing.
Right, the problem is it
Apparently,
shows
Commander
me.
Groot is a well-known bot. Yeah.
I
no,
don't
Oh,
think
they're
that's true.
bots. Oh, please tell me they're bots. I'd love that.
Are they bots? Is Commander
all
Root a bot?
No, Commander Root is not a bot.
Whiskey
Oh,
Ghost
Whiskey
is
Ghost
here.
is there. Whiskey
Yeah.
Ghost, congratulations. You are our winner.
Hey, Whiskey Ghosts. Congratulations. Whisper me now with your drive-through RPG email address, and you shall receive a $20 drive-through RPG gift certificate to celebrate the fact that we've passed 300 followers on Twitch. Yay! Excellent, excellent. Yes.
Hang on.
No, you got to do a. I think you got to do
There we
a.
go.
That's Safino whispering to tell Whiskey.
I was telling Whiskey Ghost to
Did you
whisper.
run
I
out of
wasn't
words,
whispering.
Ben?
Yes.
And yeah,
We've
yeah,
broken
don't,
Ben.
yeah, don't
No,
put it
Ben's
in the
drunk an
actual
entire
chat,
bottle of
please.
mead.
Yay.
Ben's broken himself.
Cool. Okay. So, Whiskey Ghost, I tell you what, Whiskey Ghost, I'm gonna make you a friend. Here you go.
Oh,
Make you a
Oh,
friend.
it's like
There you
being
go.
on an episode.
It's
Add a
beautiful.
friend. I've requested you as a friend.
Beautiful.
And
Thank you
then
for
I'll
being
send you a
a
whisper.
friend.
Okay. So, Whiskey Ghost, get in contact with us. You have won a $20 drive-through RPG gift certificate. Congratulations.
It's dollars, Safino. It's not real money.
The exchange rate is pretty in favour of those dollars right now.
Yeah.
Shockingly enough.
Oh,
Yes.
Well, that's because the pound is tanking. It's not like the dollar's in a good state.
Why?
Anyway, no
don't
politics
know.
on the
yeah,
channel.
we don't talk about
Go
that.
for your predictions
No.
now.
Yeah, don't talk about the
Wouldn't
real
dream of it.
world. That is
Now-
dull.
Thank
Fried
you
chicken is
very
going up
much,
a lot.
lovely, lovely viewers, for coming along. Oh, Chav Hunter
Thank
looked like they
you.
know their shadizzle.
It's Commander
apparently-
Root that I'm talking about, not Commander Groot.
Oh, Groot and Root. They're very different people, aren't they, Alden?
Yeah, man.
Root.
Groot and Root, totally different.
Rootin', rootin'.
Legally distinct.
They're very,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry,
Grocket
you were
and
summing
Root.
up, Ben. Sorry.
So, yes, summing up, thank you, lovely, lovely players and lovely, lovely viewers for coming along and watching the stream today. We drifted a little into and out of sort of Victorian sensibilities with tea and cakes and for some
And
reason random
K-pop.
cricket and yes, and K-pop.
The most Victorian of all.
But
J-pop.
next week, join us once more for the Haunted Hosts of Hoxne Hall when our players go off to try and take down, investigate, resolve the issue with the Revenant that they believe to be located somewhere in the center of our map around the dead tree copse. And we will see how well things go for them on that occasion. Lots of people with information. Maybe they're not sharing with one another. Perhaps all these people with secret bits of knowledge that they've got might want to bring them out at some point. Maybe they won't.
Nah.
Who knows?
Fine, this doesn't
Don't-
involve me.
Don't see that
It
happening.
will end one way or another, won't it?
In the meantime,
Will
join
end,
us
yes.
tomorrow for Coriolis Pay the Road,
Yeah.
where I am definitely not playing Inara from Firefly. A totally different character
Yeah.
altogether.
I don't know what the fuck I'm playing.
Oh no, I loved your pilot. That was really good.
Oh,
The first session was really
He's
good.
not a pilot, he's a driver.
Yeah, he's a trucker. That's what he said. I'm basically
Yeah.
a truck driver. I was like,
It's
that's
that
so
guy,
good.
he's my driver. Please leave him alone.
He's just scared of everyone.
And then Thursday, when we will be returning to Calaman, the city on the coast in Dragonlance.
Yes. Dragons on a National
Finale.
Breeze,
If you've been
episode 7.
following the news on
Oh, yes.
Twitter recently, is
Bad news for Dragonlance.
bad news for Dragonlance or bad news for Wizards of the Coast. Who knows? We will yet to see. But Dragonlance, Dragons on an Autumn Breeze, Thursday evening. Ashen Breeze, that too. It's a breeze. It's something
Dragons
to
on an
do with
autumn breeze.
That actually
A
sounds
haiku.
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
autumn. No, if it'd be a haiku, there'd have to be a plant involved.
Yes.
Or season, Ben. It doesn't have to
Yeah.
have a plant. It can be a season. It's just
Or-
nature.
yeah.
Well, I'm still bitter about haikus because I lost the haiku competition at
Evident.
the
Primary
school fair.
Wow.
And I shouldn't have done because mine was written in both Japanese and English, followed all the rules, and was done in brush calligraphy. And yet it was beaten by one that just happened to be written on seashells. Bitter, yes.
And that was only
Yes,
last
I
month.
am.
Yeah, I was going to say this wasn't that long ago, was it?
Oh, God,
No,
this was
Ben,
last
this is
July.
an
I'm
under
still
fives
bitter about it.
competition.
Yeah. You're not allowed to beat the kids at the school you work at. You know,
It wasn't even one of the kids. It was the deputy head that won. Come on.
Oh, that's just
Oh,
rigged.
man, it's a fix.
That's
Totally
rigged.
fixed.
I'm angry about that.
Chaplain
Yeah.
Inspector said, "What happened to Dragonlance on Twitter?" Margaret Weiss and
Twitter.
Tracy Hickman are now suing Wizards of the Coast because they reneged on a contract to write a new trilogy of Dragonlance novels.
Allegedly.
As it seems right now from the posts that have gone up
Oh,
online.
someone's already asked.
So not
That's
to get
fine.
in
It's an ever-changing situation, though.
exactly. And there's lots of allegedlys in there and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I
going
mean,
on.
throw in a dozen allegedlys and you're on the
Yes.
right sort of track.
However, if you want more Dragonlance, then we've got it for you, and it's
We have.
AD&D second edition, so it's old school with all the silly mechanics that go up and down and left and right and plus and minus and
Yep.
all over the shop. And,
Wonderful monsters, wonderful traps.
Yes.
And the
Proper old
elf
school
and the
experience.
half-elf are much cooler than any of the ones.
The elf can't see in the
The
dark.
elf can see in the dark.
Can he?
Doesn't look like it.
You're round.
Oh dear. Okay,
Shapists!
right. I think we'll leave it there. Please don't forget to go and check out all social media in the links below in the about on Twitch and in the video description on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, come and join us on Twitch and follow us. And if you're watching on Twitch, then go and subscribe on YouTube as well.
Yes, and if Pete hasn't announced it yet, I won't do a sort of major reveal of our super secret November spectacular.
Oh well, I can do that now if you want.
Hey,
So for the 4 Thursdays of November, I will be running an Alien show on the Free League Publishing channel, which will be a story that is parallel to LV-832. It's in the same. It's Pete's Alien universe. And it's alongside that. It will be standalone
So
though.
friendly. Welcome to
Yeah.
Pete's Alien Universe.
Like that. Yeah.
All your alien needs.
It's going to be 4 episodes, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really tempted to do something, but I'm probably not going to because it might be a bit silly. But 4 episodes on the Free League channel, and hopefully all you guys will come over and join us on the Free League channel to show support for them and the fantastic games that they're making, such as Vaesen and Coriolis and Mutiny Zero and Alien. Hang on, we've turned into a Free League channel. What's going
Yeah,
on?
pretty much.
Okay, cool. So that's November on Thursdays. So next week will be the last Dragonlance for a little while. I'm on holiday the following week, and then after that it'll be Alien, and then we're into Christmas one-shots, and then New Year, maybe round up Dragonlance.
oh,
or
New Year,
something
new
else.
everything.
Yeah, we'll see.
Going to be amazing.
Yeah.
We've got so much lined up for the new
You
year.
do.
I've got my
ridiculous
jetpack
amount.
ordered. It's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, 2021's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be stupid
Gotta be
because
better than 2020.
It can only go up, really, can't it?
Yeah.
don't say that.
No.
Don't tempt
Oh, yeah,
no,
sorry.
No. There's a
Well,
long
probably-
list.
The
Yeah.
nukes have launched. No. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone. And we shall see you tomorrow night for Coriolis Pay the Road.
But we'll also be back next week for more Vaesen.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will.
Yes.
And this is keeping going throughout
Having-
November. So.
Having had all this preamble, now
Yeah.
we're going to go do a thing.
Yeah, do a
Yeah.
thing. Let's try and do at least 2 things before the end of November.
Well, we'll
Yeah.
see how long it takes the Reverend
Yeah.
to die.
I mean, yeah, shopping episodes.
And shop.
I want to
Go to
rename
town and go
Prophecy
shopping
Research
at some point.
episodes.
Keeping you out of town. I've seen what happens when I let you 3 loose in town.
What?
I want to go to the History Museum. That sounds fabulous.
That's the next episode.
Yeah. And there's a gift shop. Okay, right. Anyway, thanks, everyone. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you and good night.
Oh,
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye,
no.
everyone. Thank you.